I rap what I know. This ain't no made up shit that I imagine. I literally seen them put 15 holes in a nigga that was 15. So many holes they couldn't patch it. Lil nigga didn't even had no pussy before. He died a virgin. First time getting in some boxing was a casket. This shit tragic.
They used to put in work off instinct. Nowadays all the shooters extinct. Niggas worry what the next thing. And peer pressure make the sense weak. Too many grown men with kid ways. A lot of old niggas in the way. A lot of young niggas trying to find a way. I'm busy getting money, I ain't got time.
Feel like I just need a space to vent. Feel like I could be another name that came and went. Feel like I played a bench. Feel like I should be more grateful. I got food on my plate, a roof to lay under, and enough coming to pay the rent. Don't leave me hanging cause I hate suspense, or put me on a pedestal without a safety net. If I ain't make a good impression, let me make amends. You wanna destroy your enemies and make them friends.
Bad bitch, what a bad bitch. What a really bad bitch. Bad bitch, what a bad bitch. What a really bad bitch. Bad bitch, what a bad bitch. What a really bad bitch. Bad bitches, with a bad bitches. With a really bad bitches.
Pop a tag or something, buy a bitch a bag or something. Take me out and tell me I'm the best you ever had or something. Donkey of the day, bitch, I ain't got this ass for nothing. I ain't got this ass for nothing.
Long hair, don't care, big butt, so what? Great legs, great hair, sexy with no makeup. Bring around a hottie, I think I got a thotty. Ain't even pop a molly and she all over my body. Drop this at the party, let them bitches go dumb. Another $1,000 day, I need that shit in all ones. Fuck around and buy you something, swear I be going crazy. Name D.I.E. but bad bitches call me baby. Hey.
Bad bitches, with the bad bitches. With a really bad bitches. Bad bitches, with a bad bitches. With a really bad bitches. Bad bitches, with a bad bitches. With a really bad bitches. Yeah. Bad bitches, with a bad bitches. With a really bad bitches.
I counted up 100, that was all facts. Me and Billy bankroll, seen it all stacked. I fucked your dream girl and never called back. Ain't scared of jail, send me where my dog's at. I got a hard pass, I might fuck your bitch tonight. With a glass of that Diddy, ho, we sippin' white.
Till I can't see straight, throw hands till I hear them sirens. Tears running down my face. God's cry when the sky is falling now. Just might running down for the love of the chase. Just might for the thing for the folks in my watch. Just might catch a case if you lames out of place. Just might grab a case, take it straight to the face. Just might running down for the love of the chase. Just
Hold on, you got me fucked up. Old land in my veins, what you made of? If you ain't fucking with a nigga saying I don't want to fake love. I don't need no more, but I'm still gon' go for it.
Funding for this program was provided by the...
Boom! Sup, guys? Watch! We got Kid Twist in the house!
Whoa, shit, I'm like intimidated right now.
Yeah, that's the new intro. Rider of Bodied. We just saw it on Sunday night, and if you guys watched the news an hour ago, I gave it a rave review. I'm gonna give it a rave review right now again. It's a fucking awesome-ass movie. Go fucking see it. Bodymovie.com. We actually just found out now.
Literally minutes ago.
Yeah, if you're in the LA area, it's playing for another week at Pasadena, Hollywood, and Burbank too.
Culver City.
Culver City,
at the ArcLight.
Hell yeah!
So it's at those 3 ArcLight cinemas.
Fuck yeah! So go see it if you're in LA, and then it's also playing at plenty of other cities, as well as it's doing the premiere with the cast and crew in Toronto.
Yeah.
For the next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, how do you feel about how the movie is? All the acclaim it's getting, the reviews.
I mean,
and stuff.
It's incredible. You know what I mean? We made this completely independently. Like, if you guys may not have heard the story yet, Joseph totally funded this himself.
Yeah.
So it was made completely off the grid. no like Hollywood input, no studio behind us whatsoever. So, you know, obviously, because I'm a battle rapper, because Joseph is such a huge fan of the scene, you know, well, I mean, number one, we just wanted to make a great movie.
Yeah.
Number two, obviously, we wanted to make something that had the level of authenticity to, so that battle fans could actually feel good about supporting it. So the fact that, like, kind of all corners of the battle scene have kind of come together to support it, which is really crazy. I mean, that's super gratifying.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like the fact that we're also getting good reviews in like the New York Times, the
Crazy.
LA Times.
Crazy, man.
You know, we're certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So it like that's the kind of stuff that I just did not expect at all. You know what I mean? Like I thought we would make a good movie because we had all these talented people involved. I hoped we would make a movie that battle fans and battle rappers could be proud of.
Yeah.
I never thought we would get, like, a critical consensus that it's a great movie. I thought for sure we would, like, split people 50-50 of, like, no, this is offensive, you can't say this, versus, oh, there's something interesting happening here.
Yeah.
But almost everyone has, like, has completely gotten on board and is singing its praises. So it's, yeah. It's a crazy feeling, man. I feel like to a certain degree, I feel like I kind of like tricked people or like used some sort of weird Jedi mind trick or something like that. But yeah, hey, we pulled it off. So.
Hell yeah! And the Q&A the other night with Joseph and everybody was so cool because Joseph brought up so many good points, especially about like the movie. He's like the movie kind of like. You know, from a directorial standpoint, and I understand this too because I film battle rap, is you're filming talking heads. So essentially you're filming what Nelson put very good, is that you're filming an argument, essentially.
Right.
And that's really hard to make visually super interesting.
Yeah.
It's super fucking difficult. And he was like, that's all that goes on in the movie. There's no, like, fucking explosions. There's no, like, fight scene or anything, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, that was tight that it was able to be done in a way that was not only classy but interesting the entire time. I also saw a lot of comparisons with Scott Pilgrim.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and I mean, I think because Scott Pilgrim is just way more slick and way more comic booky.
Yeah.
And I mean, Joseph did add in kind of those visual elements that like illustrate the punchlines at certain moments, which was like. Kind of just to up the visual interest, but also to sort of explain it to people who don't understand the bars, which was really a clever move on his part, I think.
Yeah.
And he did it in a way where it's not like it's not too much. It feels like it's part of the world.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the Scott Pilgrim comparisons are coming from there.
Yes.
And then also just the fact that we have such a fucking skinny, pasty white guy battling people. You know, there's also some comparison to be made there. But I mean, personally, I love Scott Pilgrim, so I'm super happy with the comparisons.
Yeah.
But I think there's definitely like a different level of cartoonishness in Scott Pilgrim.
Very true. Yeah. I mean, like I've been very vocal about like battles using like effects in them. I'm like kind of a proponent of like not doing that.
For sure.
And I was a fucking huge fan of it in the film.
Right.
Like it was like done in a tasteful manner.
Right.
And also
not too much.
Like
and,
the warp effect that he used with Diz and Pat. Like that, I was like, damn, that was fucking awesome. Like I kind of wanted to be like, maybe I should do that in battles. Because I was like, that like added so much.
You know what it reminded me of is I don't know if this is, you would know better if it's the exact same effect, but in Fight Club, when Tyler Durden delivers directly to the camera and it's like shaking around him, it's kind of that effect, which is
very true,
crazy cool, and like has not really been used effectively in many movies. I mean, Fight Club is literally the only one I can think of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like speaking of Pat, everybody's cameos in there are so fucking awesome. I feel like everybody fit their cameo and the character they were playing.
And that honestly, like, I would love to take credit for that shit, but that all comes from Joseph.
Really?
Like, yeah, which is great. Like, you would not expect. You would think it was like me or someone else like suggesting people for parts.
Yeah.
And certainly he did. You know, we check in with me, we check in with Diz, like the other battle rappers that we had around, just to say like, hey, what do you think of this? But all that casting at the end of the day was him, which is crazy. Like I don't want to say now, but I sort of had different people in mind for certain parts, like especially for those cameos, like when Pat makes the cameo, and Roan, Conceited, madness. They're all in kind of this similar scene.
Yeah.
And I had different ideas for who might be in there, and then when Joseph told me who he was putting in there, I was like, holy shit, that's perfect. That's way better than what I was thinking.
Yeah, for real, man. And like also I was talking about earlier on the news show about how when I was watching it, like how appreciative the film is of battle rap culture. It's like it's so inclusive of that.
Right.
Like the cameos are there just to put people in the movie.
For sure.
And that's so fucking awesome. That's like so respectable and like literally like they're like rocking battle rap merch in the movie too.
There's a lot of LOM clothing in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice is wearing his Wolf t-shirt. I was just like, fuck, dude, this is like amazing. Like this is like, how could a feature film be made in a more like authentic manner than this, you know, especially about a niche culture that is very volatile to things that aren't authentic.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
So, man, I loved it. Go see it. Bodiedmovie.com. I definitely recommend seeing it in theaters. It was. I don't watch movies, man. I like worked in the film industry for 13 years, and the last thing I want to do in my free time is go sit in front of another screen.
Yeah, of course.
And it's a fucking experience to see these people on a big screen that you watched on YouTube for so many years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really happy that we have the YouTube Premium release on November 28th. And I mean, that's where, like, it's really going to blow up from there. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that we have a theatrical release is incredible, but just due to the nature of it being an indie movie and stuff like that, we're only in select theaters. I mean, we are expanding to more theaters, so keep checking bodiedmovie.com because we are adding cities now, which is incredible. That means we did really well opening weekend.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, most people are going to see it on YouTube. So I'm really excited for a couple weeks from now when we go from thousands of people seeing it to millions of people seeing it.
Word.
But yeah, for the next few weeks, I would definitely recommend getting to a theater if there's one close to you at all, because seeing it with an audience, like, really gives the feeling of being at a live battle, which is something that I hoped we could pull off, and I think we did.
Yeah.
Like, people really react to the lines. Like, to me, my favorite thing that's happened at a screening, it's actually happened a couple times now, is people in the theater audience have finished lines with the rappers on screen, like the crowd at a real battle.
That's tight. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It just made me feel so good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the movie's fucking amazing, man. I definitely want to like keep promoting it and like find some way for like possibly to do like maybe a watch of certain parts of the movie. I don't know how it's gonna work, you know.
Right.
But I'm super interested to see how the YouTube release goes too, and just because I've never watched a movie on YouTube, I don't know how it works. There's like still the comments too, you know.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's exciting as fuck. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the first feature film picked up by YouTube Originals, right?
Yeah, I mean they've done others, but they've been like completely in-house YouTube productions, mostly starring like YouTubers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is the first one where they bought it, and then certainly the first one where they gave it a theatrical release. So they're definitely pushing it as like their first movie, even though technically they have like a couple others.
Yeah.
Which, actually, Caelan's been in a couple others.
That's
the only reason I know that. Yeah.
And you know, he killed it. Everybody killed it. The fucking whole cast, like Shaniqua killed it.
Yep.
It was interesting hearing her talk about it too,
right?
Because like she did have like moments where I was like, damn, you probably could do this.
Right,
you know,
right.
like you can battle for real.
Yeah.
And when she was like, yeah, after this movie I got cocky and made some songs, and she was like, I can't fucking rap. So fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, and Jackie.
Jackie.
Like,
yeah, man.
Jackie and Caleb are just so fucking key to the movie and do such an incredible job that when I watch it now, I'm like, how did I not actually write these roles for these people?
Yeah.
You know? Because it just seems like these roles were written with them in mind, but not at all.
Yeah.
And we actually, we were like worried for a minute because we did not have someone to cast in that lead role for a while.
Oh,
and we were
Caleb's role.
For Caleb's role.
Word.
And we actually, so we had Jackie, and Joseph was just like, oh, I have a few candidates, but I don't really know. So he was having people come in to do like chemistry reads with Jackie.
Yeah.
And Caleb came along so late in the process that his first audition was actually a chemistry read with Jackie.
Oh shit.
And as soon as Joseph saw the two of them together, he was like, yes, these two people need to be in this movie together.
Hell yeah.
Even though, and Joseph loves telling the story, Caleb could not rap at all. Like, everyone who auditioned for the role was, like, pretty bad at rapping.
Yeah.
But Caleb was the worst. But you could just tell that, like, I mean, you could tell he was a really good actor, and he had such good chemistry with Jackie. He was killing, like, the humor parts and the dialogue parts. And he was, like, very, very serious about wanting to do it and about, like, studying and getting into the rapping. So Joseph was like, all right, we're giving you the role, but you gotta fucking learn how to rap. And he did. So,
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two guys definitely did the research, too. I've, like, watched a bunch of interviews they did, like, on The Breakfast Club. And every single interview they do, they're always talking about battle rap.
Yeah.
And, like, paying homage to, like, the culture and, like, it being authentic and stuff. And they, like, know their shit, you know? Mm-hmm. It's fucking tight, man.
Yeah, they learned a lot. And just, everyone in the movie is great. Like, even like, Walter, who plays Che Corleone, is, like, so funny.
Yeah.
Rory, who plays Maya, like, brings a lot to that role, which, like, could have been a very sort of throwaway role. But I think, you know, she gives something to the movie that's important. And, like, fucking Anthony Michael Hall playing Adam's dad. Deborah Wilson from Mad TV has, like, an amazing scene in there. So yeah, it's just like, it's like the weirdest yet most killer cast.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So all credit to Joseph, because it was all his genius in putting together this motley crew to make this battle rap movie.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, go check it out, dude. I couldn't say enough good things about the film. It's fucking awesome. We're all really proud of you, Alex. As
Thank
a culture, man. It's good to see people succeed that not only are, like, pivotal roles in the battle culture, but also good people, too. So it's awesome.
Appreciate that.
All right, guys. So that's the Bodied review. Go to bodiedmovie.com to check out where it's showing in theaters, and then it gets released on YouTube on November 28th. Is that what you said?
November 28th. It comes out on YouTube.
All right, cool. But today, Twist is here for a watch. We're going to watch some battles.
Hell yeah.
We got time for 2 battles today, and we figured we would promote the event coming up on Saturday in London, England, Summer Madness 8. 2 new battles just got announced that are going to be happening. Soul versus Gemini and Geechee Gotti versus Rum Nitty. Just to preface this, Geechee Gotti...
I didn't know that yet. That got announced today?
Yeah, I think it got announced today.
Crazy. What?
So Geechee Gotti and Rum Nitty is already filmed. It already happened because, you know, obviously they can't get into the country. So it's going to be premiered live on the pay-per-view and then shown at the venue, like played on a screen.
Cool.
I haven't really figured out how we're going to do that because obviously crowd reaction and they would react over them rapping still.
Right.
So I think I might do it like a watch where I pause and people react and then I like run back and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then Soul vs. Gemini, obviously URL has been traveling a bunch, not being in New York. And every city they've gone to, they've tried to open the card with local talent. So this is a big fucking deal that Soul and Gemini are opening Summer Madness 8.
Yeah, seriously. That's
super big deal.
Extremely well-deserved.
Yeah.
But very, very cool to see them on the URL card. Great move by URL.
For real. And if you've been paying attention to this channel, obviously we're in love with Soul. We have watched him more than any other battler on the show. So we're not going to watch a Soul battle today. We're going to watch a Gemini battle today because we have yet to watch one of those. And I think he's going to fit into the URL demographic really nice. He like definitely has all the factors to really do good there. So I asked the Twitter today what battle we should watch, and they chose Tox, Gemini versus Tox. So I've never seen this battle. So we're going to peep it. I actually don't even, I'm assuming it's Don't Flop. I'm just going to go out there and assume that. But we'll see.
We're going to find out shortly.
All right. Gemini. I know how to spell.
Oh, yeah, his name's all weird. It's like, I think it has a 1 in it. Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool. Gemini versus Take Note Tox. From Don't Flop, bruv. You battled in Don't Flop once?
Once, yeah, versus O'Shea. I mean, if you're going to battle someone and Don't Flop.
Oh, yeah.
You
I mean, you
battle
battled
O'Shea.
like the best. The marquee battler over there. That was a fucking amazing. We get asked to watch that battle a lot, actually.
Oh, cool. Because
yeah.
I felt like that one's a bit of a sleeper, but I also kind of stopped paying super close attention to battles for a while right after that one came out. So maybe I just didn't like hear a lot of the response, but I was super proud of it. So.
Yeah, it was a fire battle. It was fucking awesome. All right, let's get into this Gemini versus Take Note Tux. All right, let's see. Yeah, the screen's on. Oh yeah, duh. Boom. All right, wearing a neon green shirt. Cool.
Requested MCs in the league. My man Gemini, make some noise. Hey, before we get into this battle, we're gonna say this is a 1 round, 5-minute battle. So it's actually gonna be longer than most normal 90-second battles.
Dude, this is a 1 round battle, 5 minutes. It's 27 minutes long.
Battle rappers are on that shit.
Word, man. Holy fuck. Let me ask you this: writing Bodied, did you write like round links in those?
How did I do it? Each verse was about, I think, like 28 lines or something like that. So it was, I think, basically 2 minute rounds.
Oh, word. Okay, wow, that's like way more than I was thinking.
But the thing is, we did it so they just kind of wrap through. We didn't put in as much crowd reaction as there would be in a real battle because we don't want to slow down the movie that much.
Yeah, for
real. So it like is actually 2 minutes.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really crazy.
Yeah.
Requested it be 1 round. They didn't say they wanted to be 1 round. We said when we set the battle up, this would be much better if it's 1 5-minute round. Just let them rock, let them rap as long as they fucking want. Well, 5 minutes as long as they want. And yeah, anybody thinks that like anyone was being a diva, nobody was being a diva. We wanted this to 1 round. 1 round's as far as I'm concerned, they're actually quite a nice way to get some of these fucking big battles off. So you won the flip. Gems first. All right, cool. So it's 5 rounds on Gem. No, I'm sorry. It's 1 round. 1 round. Whenever he wants 5.
Also, if you haven't watched it, go watch Kid Twist versus fucking fantastic battle.
Well,
my man Gem, don't flop. Next in line, let's get it popping. Let's go. Let's go, Gem. Let's go, bro. Lad, I hate tall niggas.
Great start. Very, very Pat Stay-esque opener.
For sure.
But delivered super angry, which I like. It's good. Yeah. All right, I'm into it so far.
But I ain't come here from West London to North London to stand here and go back and forth with this dumb queer. Wait, this a rap battle, right? Alright, I'm chatting shit. That's exactly why I come here. Like, you see this around me? That's top tier. You are not near. You are top tier. You are not near. I hate everything you do. From the memes to the guns you ain't ever gonna shoot. From the way you say, y'all.
You know what I love is when British rappers make fun of each other's accents. Oh, yeah. And it's like, because he's clearly trying to say a word like in the other guy's accent. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, it just sounds like how you talk to my Canadian ears.
Yeah, me too. My ignorant American ears. I'm like, it's Australian, right? Like nowhere near it. You know what always pisses me off about fools that battle in the UK? Mm-hmm. Almost every American battler does a British accent when they go over there.
Oh, it's so bad.
And I'm always like, why are you doing that? If you're not going to do it good, and you're like insulting everyone. They all do it too. I'm like, God,
it's so funny.
From the way you say y'all, like an American beg, the shit is loose. I mean, I've killed all my opponents. What the fuck's so special about you? Do you know what it is? Nothing.
Let's go. Yep.
You know what it is? Nothing. So fine, fuck it. Now I've got to measure you a suit. What do you want? The checkered or the blue? Don't waste time mentioning my goons or the members of my group using Tony D. Raw's locksmith has no relevance or truth. Call whatever that they do. That's them. Talk about me. Don't tell me I can do better than you. Yeah, that's definitely true. But I ain't ducking soul. No, I'm down for burying him too. See, this ain't about Jim.
All right. Okay. The soul battle. Let's go.
And then 2 to 3 years later, no, I guess 2 years later, we're about to get it. All right.
I know they've actually been trying to set that battle up for hella long too, because Gemini and Soul are revered as like the best in the UK.
Right.
So
crazy. That's them. Talk about me. Don't tell me I can do better than you. Yeah, that's definitely true. But I ain't ducking soul. No, I'm down for burying him too. See, this ain't about Gemini. But I ain't ducking soul, no, I'm down for burying him too. See, this ain't about Gemini versus Tox. Don't get the shit confused. I wanna know who's more hungry. The nigga with everything to gain or the nigga with everything to lose.
Man, I'm starting to see like the matchup with him and Soul. That's a very like Soul-esque line in a way. You know what I mean? Like I think last time I was on, Ilmac was talking about balanced statements. Yeah. And like how Soul does that a lot, and that's like a great example of it.
Yeah,
you know?
for real.
And now we got that out of the way. What go on, fam? If I'm being real, a man be upset. You promised me you weren't gonna come to the battle wearing a hat on your head. You're hiding something.
This is a great angle. Going in on hats.
You're hiding something. But despite that, in the UK, you said you think I'm actually the best. So when I think about it, it wouldn't have been the first time he's taken his hat off the gem. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Now I stand in the flesh. Shut your lying ass up. You ain't clapping a lead. You're a pussy. Try rapping your best for me. No pressure. Your whole style, Coachella. That dead animated performance is just the act you project. You back here.
So that must have been just after like the Tupac hologram thing. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Here, the one place you had the fans all impressed by what you bring the event. 2-2s. Your next battle with Tally, you were just average at best. In the future, design a better round instead of trying to pander to them. Like my.
Oh, okay. I got it. All right.
Well, I don't get it.
Oh, designer better round instead of panda to them.
Oh,
yeah.
tight. Yeah. That's hella tight.
In the future, design a better round instead of trying to pander to them like Michael Schofield. It was only good watching your breakout performance, but niggas lost interest the second time you went back to the pen. Am I Am I lying? Unlike me, I've been flaming victims. From the jump, my name's been ringing. I'm that nigga they call up for every big stage in England while you've made no difference. Got a shaky image, zero pay position, struggling to stay consistent, just stuck in a place you can't get out of like the game is glitching. You're a wannabe
That's crazy.
You're a wannabe gap clapper.
That's an amazing, like, simple bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, like, there's not that many concepts left, I feel like. Where it's just like a straightforward concept that works perfectly. So when someone finds one, I super respect it.
Yeah, for real.
Done and act gangster. Tried to look down on Don't Flop. Now you're running off the row in that Buldrick in Blackadder. You talk about how I dress. Fam, you don't have swagger. You ain't a big man, nah. You're a comedian with the heart of a little nigga. You wouldn't ride along with a black hammer, nigga. Think like a man. Cause I'm about to show you why the level of bars is different from start to finish. My style, dark as shit, but still hot like Harley Quinn is on a Harley.
Harley Quinn is very hot. That's accurate. Good observation.
Shit, but still hot like Harley Quinn is on a Harley. Hardly wearing anything, just bra and knickers. You ain't got a chance. You ain't got a chance of winning. Told me I couldn't beat this bitch. I said challenge accepted. Nigga, I'm Barney Stinson. It's about. Nigga, I'm Barney Stinson. It's about to be legend. Wait for it. Because you like to bring up the dead people, right? I remember the shit you said about Rosie's mum in the ring. Well, that don't get you no points in a battle. Just shows you got nothing to bring. You can try it on me. True say it never worked when you done it to him. And I'm Luke Cage. You need some heavy artillery to get under my skin, blood.
I like that. He's really smooth.
Yeah.
He has a cool style. It hits hard, but it's smooth.
Yeah, for real. He's like hella good at rapping, too.
Yeah.
So far, all this shit's like easily to digest, too. And that's like a mark of a fucking great writer.
Right, totally. Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, he's using pretty complex stuff, but it's like not flying over my head. So I'm like,
I'm smart. I understand.
I get most of it, you know?
I like how he doesn't, it's not super, based on crowd reaction. Like, he had a whole little thing on, like, Kevin Hart, where you ride along, think like a man, and it's like, he said it, like, he just rapped it smoothly, so no one really, like, went off for it.
Yeah.
But it's still cool to have that in there, you know what I mean? So I like when people can do that and they just keep rapping. Like, when you have a balance of just rapping, but then also pausing in the right places for crowd reaction.
Yeah, you're right.
Rather than either feeling like you're battling against the crowd, or you're like me and trying to pause every line for a crowd reaction.
But it also sucks too, like when you're like you're expecting a reaction every bar, so it's like you can tell when you're not getting it. It's like fuck, just keep going. But you kind of like you like catered your material to doing that, so it's hard to do that. No, this shit's fire, man.
You need some heavy artillery to get under my skin. Like, fuck you. You think you're hard because you said it inside an event. Near enough the one time it's accepted. Say it to the wrong nigga outside, it's a death wish. Man wildin'. Looking to find your address quick. Only takes him about 9 hours. Like does to reply to a message.
Facts.
He's on there like liking other statuses.
Yeah.
God damn it, I know you're online.
It only takes him about 9 hours, like does to reply to a message. Stay strapped, pair of eagles. For your spineless endeavors, you get a headshot when they raise the heat. It won't be a mirage when you lose your mind from the desert, but guess what?
That's actually fire. He has some great fucking like unfound double entendre concepts.
Yeah, for real.
That's great. Wow. It's not a mirage when you lose your mind from the desert. Respect.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit will fucking hit in URL, man.
Yeah.
And, like, I know a lot of people are kind of, like, concerned about it being in London and, like, oh, it's a different crowd than URL's used to. But, like, when I went over there to film the 7th birthday, the event that you battled at, like, Clips, DNA, Cortez, Chilla Jones, and I think some other URL battlers on the card.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember asking a cat in the crowd, I'm like, oh, who are you excited to see? And he's like, I just watch URL battles. I'm just here for the URL rappers.
Oh, wow.
So you know there's more people like that out there. I think even there was like a fucking story about maybe O'Shea on a bus, and he had like a don't flop bag or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think the guy, like, somehow they got into a conversation about battle rap, but he knew nothing about Don't Flop.
Oh
just
my God.
URL.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You get a headshot when they raise the heat. It's not a mirage when you lose your mind from the desert, but guess what? After this, you're gonna wish it really was a bullet on your head. Look, this mission, suicide for Smith. I never missed my target. With this one round, it's a dead shot. You a dumb neek. You a dumb neek. Punk diva. 9 to 5 working, wanna be gun squeezer. What? You ain't got no respect for the dead? Let's go. You a dumb neek, punk diva, 9 to 5 working, wanna be gun squeezer. What? You ain't got no respect for the dead? Cool. After this battle, I ain't gonna have none either.
Let's go.
Great.
Let's go.
After this battle, I ain't gonna have none either. No, I'm gonna get rid of the guy. Body bag on deck, zipping it tight. You Harambe. Soon as the kid jumped into this pit, you would die.
That must have just happened.
Yeah, exactly. I know, because,
It's like, if you came with a Harambe bar, like, at any point, like, after a couple months after that had happened, it would need to be way more complicated than that.
Yeah,
but it must have just been a thing.
Yeah, it hits. That's like when the fucking Avengers Infinity Stones movie came out, and like everybody had fucking Avengers.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my God, we know exactly what we're gonna hear in this event.
Yeah.
I'ma get rid of the guy. A body bag on deck, zipping it tight. You Harambe. Soon as the kid jumped into the pit, you would die. I don't care if you got hooked better. I ain't trying to swing it outside. I'll stick a blade in your face. It makes you look better. I mean, it really helps.
Bring out your eyes. Oh, let's go. Let's go.
I ain't trying to swing it outside. I stick a blade in your face. It makes you look better. It really helps bring out the eyes. So real rap.
Crazy.
So real rap. Hey, so don't be chatting gritty or acting silly. Real rap. I have them shits popping out on screen like one of Janet Jackson titties.
Let's go.
So be calm in the place. Matter of fact, tell your dog to behave. Unless you want to get sparked in the face, hold your tongue while I rap. Don't go on like you're brave or I'll swear down. Operation Sputnik, I'm rushing to send one of your dogs into space.
Wait, isn't Sputnik the satellite though?
Yeah.
Was it also the name of the mission that sent the dog?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I know
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt,
we'll
but I'm gonna Google it later.
Or it's Operation Sputnik. I'm rushing to send one of your dogs into space, so don't get loud with it. You lot ain't out in the field with the rest of us. You some house niggas. You want a trip to the hospital? You get a round ticket. I mean, scorched, flawless, found victims on the ground twitching. I ain't letting none of you Manchester niggas pass. I'm giving your whole town business, blood.
Oh, that was a pass line.
I know.
Crazy. That's great. I love it.
Let's go.
I'm giving your whole town business. I'm giving your whole town business. Hey, you ain't got the bars to hurt me. From the jump, hey, you ain't got the bars to hurt me. Check my history. No one in the past has hurt me. It's like morning glory. I've been going hard from early.
Not enough good semi-pause-worthy dick lines in battle rap these days.
I know. Let it fly, man. Come on. Let's go.
Come on.
That's 2018.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm trying to make you get better. But you gotta see, I'm trying to make you get better. But you gotta lay in that casket first. See, it's one round, but you're getting 3 old. Then you'll be reborn. Cause you know what they say, life starts at 30.
All right.
What?
All right.
It's different. That's why your over-animated performance doesn't hassle me. Because if lyrics were manufactured, we'd be in 2 different categories. I mean, my shit's crazy. It would be made in a rapper's tapestry, and your shit's average. It would come straight out of the Satisfactory. I mean...
Oh, man, I love that. That's amazing. The Satisfactory.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, man.
That's like something that I really don't think an American or Canadian could get away with saying.
Yeah.
There's something about a British accent that makes the breakdown of the word satisfactory, like, doable.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, they're like, they can slant their accent to make things rhyme that don't.
Right. Well, and it also just like the way you have to say that word to make it work. Satisfactory. Like it sounds like you're British.
Yeah,
even
word.
If you're not.
Do you ever feel like, I mean, you don't really have that much of a Canadian accent.
I don't know, dude. I've been stopped like literally multiple times while I've been in the States. I've had someone stop me mid-sentence, like literally not give a shit about what I was talking about and be like, "You're Canadian, aren't you?"
That's amazing. Do you? But I mean, like, but you have a Toronto.
I have a Toronto accent.
So that's not a, that's like not a Scotian.
Well, yeah, the most what people think of as like the typical Canadian accent is basically a Nova Scotian accent.
Yeah.
Like the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, since being here, I can actually hear my own accent now in a really weird way.
Really?
Because I'm not used to being like surrounded by other people who sound like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's strange because there are definite differences.
Interesting. I feel but like does Ottawa kind of have more of a Scotian
Yeah,
vibe?
I mean basically anywhere outside of Toronto. Or Vancouver, I think, or anywhere else. So anywhere that's not Toronto, Vancouver, or Quebec, because obviously that's a French-Canadian accent, is different. Has a bit of a stronger accent. I mean, just once you get outside of the cities, kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, man, I feel like Gemini is gonna fucking murder you.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
He's seriously like the guy that you could, besides like Shoddy, obviously. Raptor would do hella good too, and I think that full Scoop would do really good. But yeah, like he's like made for that shit.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting because I feel like if it was on Don't Flop, then Soul gets it, no question.
Yeah.
But I feel like being on URL will definitely give Gemini a big advantage that he wouldn't have otherwise.
For sure.
I mean, still, I would say Soul's going to take the battle if I'm betting on it.
Yeah.
But it makes it very interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Soul has a fucking uphill battle doing Gemini and Ilmac so close together.
Dude, that's insane. but also, like... if it was anyone else, I'd be worried about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain battlers where when you hear they have 2 big battles close together, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. You're going to fuck one of those up.
Yeah.
But there's other guys like when Ilmac did it with Iron and JC, it was kind of like, oh, we'll see. But, like, it's fucking Ilmac. So, you know, you kind of trust him.
Yeah.
And he fucking pulled it off.
Yeah, for real.
And so I feel the same way about Soul. I'm like, well, I trust you, man.
That Ilmac and Iron shit, he's talked about that on Watch. He like wrote that battle like in a couple days.
Wow.
Fucking, and this is like somebody that like I've been trying to book Ilmac and Iron for fucking as long as I can remember. Like Iron basically like disappeared from battle rap.
Yeah.
After I was trying to book that, like I remember he like would, you know, me and Aaron are like friends, so he like would talk to me about shit and be like, hey man, I kind of took a step back from battling. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And then like I would hit him up 2 months later. I'm like, so Ilmac, eh? And so he literally stopped replying to me. He stopped hitting me back, and I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, you really like going ghost on me now? And then I kicked him off stage at Mass 1, and I didn't even recognize him.
Really?
That's when he came back to battle rap. Yeah, he was at Mass 1, and like everybody was on stage, and somebody like kicked out a chord, and I was like, everybody get the fuck off the stage! And I walked up to him in Vanguard. I'm like, get off stage right now! And I like didn't even recognize his Iron. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, I'm super excited to see Gemini versus Soul. This shit's gonna be fucking flames.
Can't wait.
Animate the performance doesn't hassle me, because if lyrics were manufactured, we'd be in 2 different categories. I mean, my shit's crazy. It would be made in a rapper's tapestry, and your shit's average. It would come straight out of the Satisfactory. I mean... Don't get gassed up. What, you thought Oz hope is in you? Well, let me blow the whistle. We're just doing this to see if your growth continues. You don't think I'll get casually murked? This a cavity search. Before we let you on board, to get past the barrier, we gotta see if anything dope is in you. If not...
Yes, come on. This is a man very comfortable in his sexuality. Other rappers would not do this level of like, you know, kind of homosexual content. But like, I'm being completely sincere that I really respect the fact that he goes there. Cause like,
me too. Yeah.
It's fucking battle rap,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Like half this shit can be taken that way. So why not just fully go there?
Definitely,
you know?
yeah.
It's awesome.
Like if he was anywhere else, cavity search. Pause. Yeah, what the fuck? Boo!
Yeah.
You talking about his butt? Gross. Talking about guns.
Yeah. Now, if you're talking about putting a gun in his butt,
we get you. Shoot his ass.
Blown to bits, nothing left, bone and tissue. I don't want to, but they know I'll kill you. It will hurt me, but it's gonna hurt you more. Shing shing, Yoshimitsu.
That was even tight. Homeboy finished that shit.
Yeah. You, if not, you're getting blown to bits, nothing left, bone and tissue. I don't want to, but they know I'll kill you. It will hurt me, but it's gonna hurt you more. Shing shing, Yoshimitsu.
Wow. That's great. I mean, like, look, there's a lot of disadvantages to being a white guy in battle rap, but not being able to do that to your hair in between bars is definitely one of them.
Me, but it's gonna hurt you more. Shing shing, I'm Yoshimitsu, holding against you. Blood, I'm from the Western. You should have known what I'm into. That's. But on the real, let's have a man to man, well, I guess. Go. How much time do you
hear that goes, boy? A man to boy.
Boy.
But on the real, let's have a man to man, well, I guess. Go. How much time do you actually spend going through pictures of rappers back in year 10, using them, editing memes with an app that you spent £5 on with the sole intention of using it to make sure you're ready in case you get in an argument on Facebook with rappers? If you don't know, you can just average it then. With all that time, you could just battle instead. Spend more time, I don't know, maybe scratching your head. Coming up with those long scheme we love that end up with someone getting clapped in the head. Or you could argue on Facebook with Raptor. Again.
I love when UK battle rappers talk about Facebook.
I know.
Because I don't, like, I hate Facebook. I like, literally don't log into my account. So if anyone has messaged me on there in the past, like, 2 years, I apologize for not responding. But they seem to all be on there and always talking to each other.
Heavy,
and I love when it gets mentioned in battles because it's, like, this funny, like, it's a window into this other world that like I'm not part of at all. Yeah. UK battle rapper Facebook.
Yeah, or talk about Instagram or something, man.
Blood, do you wanna know how I know you don't let Blood, do you wanna know how I know you don't let triggers bang? I hear you in bare battles calling guns cigs and cans. Cigs and fam. That's not even British slang.
That's not even British slang.
That's not even British slang. Them American words, yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. Razors cannon spray, it's no fragrance. Put a stick behind your ear like Joker Star, yeah?
Oh shit, he actually quoted his bar to prove it.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Holy
man.
Shit.
He had that on deck ready to go.
Yeah, that's insane. I was like, maybe he's not gonna say it, maybe that would fuck up where he is and make him choke or something, but he said it perfectly. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, you have. Razors cannon spray, it's no fragrance. Put a stick behind your ear like Joker Star, yeah? Okay, do you wanna know how I can tell you don't let triggers bang? You be in bare battles calling guns cigs and cans. Cigs and fam. That's not even British slang. Them American words is my pet hate. So all you other niggas stop spitting that. I can give you better words to pick and fat. Fuck it. Burners, millies, max, pumps, skanks, sticks and straps, dotties, glocks, a whole list of gaps. But you hear a URL gun line, then a Don DeMarco. And then you wanna try spit like that? Well, that's where you fall face first, cause niggas that really let it go bang bang don't say shit like that.
Woo! Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that was tight.
That was really tight.
See, look, you don't know about that life. My G's really know what it's like. If I tell Tony grab the can,
hey, bro, what you want? A Coke or a Sprite?
Amazing jump in.
Yeah.
Usually jump ins suck, but that was a great one.
What's that one that happened at King of the Dot? Junk box?
Yeah, put him in a junk bus. Fuck, a lunch box.
Oh my god. Yeah, Tony did that hella good. That was fucking awesome.
So casual.
Hey, bro, what you want? A Coke or a Sprite?
hey,
Look at this. This guy's amazing.
bruv, stop playing games. Let's get it over, right? Just spot the cig. Bruv, you know there's no smoking inside.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Think about it like this. You wouldn't do that with any other words, so why with guns is it totally fine? Do you know what bothers me more? The fans don't even mind. So after this... Hey, you wouldn't do it with any other words, so why with guns is it totally fine? Do you know what bothers me more? The fans don't even mind. So after this battle, I'm gonna go play a game of soccer, then I'm finna go get some fries.
Yes! Yes!
That sounded very normal to me.
I know.
I don't understand the
joke.
joke.
Sounds like a great evening, man.
Hey, so don't gas him up. He ain't really got his fingers on the triggers. He a URL clone who comes back from work and makes dinner for his missus. A big clone. You hear them Americans and then you start mimicking them niggas. Because they started this craze, and now we got a bunch of clowns in the UK thinking that they're killers.
I didn't know that spread to the UK too. There
me
you go.
neither. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
wild.
That was a great fucking round, man. Seriously.
Alright, Chucks, one round, let's go, bro. Let's do this.
Well, telling you to go first backfired, didn't it?
I love the British self-deprecating humor so much, man.
Yeah.
It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yo, on some real shit, I just want to say clap it up for Danny Jack for putting this event together, yeah? Straight fire in this bitch, nigga. But if you ever interrupt me during a battle again, even in it, let's roll. Nigga, you look like Ashton from JLS.
For you, this battle ain't making sense. You only took this battle because I made you vexed, but why have you got to get wound up to play like tape cassettes? I'm about to black out. I'm about to black out. But these fans don't want to see me black like a racist friend, so I'll say grace to Jem. I'll say grace to Jem. Because thanks to you, I get to get me and my 2 favourite friends in free to see the main event. But this battle illustrated...
That was really nice of him to bring his 2 favorite friends.
Exactly. You guys are my favorites.
That sounds like a nice little group, you know?
Fucking amazing.
Wish I had 2 favorite friends.
You got in. That's great.
Hey, they were right there. Yeah. That's cool, man. That's so nice.
Now this battle illustrated for me. Christmas don't stop. I'm sorry. This battle illustrated Christmas come early. You spent 2 years on my wish list, bro. But now I'm breast swimming in opportunity. And you're sick but can't raise arms, and that's different strokes for different folks. Say, we gotta take a minute, bro, to think about how this is gonna look on video when I lift his soul, because for Jem to scream in my face, he gotta come up feet in a height game and stand on his tippy toes. And that ain't a frigate joke. That's well thought out lyrics, bro, and I expect you to know this. Because I said lift his soul, but if he's standing on tippy toes, that's another way I made his soul lift. Now that's cold shit. Allegedly, I'm your next meal. Pause.
That was a really good double meaning, but like, kind of goofy.
Yeah, kind of silly. Yeah.
But he sold it.
He did.
But I'm that food that you now want to eat like a cold dish, so if she thinks she can handle the round, she can get blocked on some pick and roll shit. Now let's go, bitch. Because I ain't ever been ungrateful. So what battle with you? Cool. We can use this to pass the time. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Yeah, nigga, it's past the time. It's Mr. I don't abide by the time limits. I rap until I'm finished. Watch me rap past the time. I'm lasagna nice and I'll cook this boy in 15 minutes. Nigga, that's past the time. Perfect placement.
Yes! Past the time.
This guy's great.
Perfect placement. What's that shank? Land, slay on his roof on a Santa vibe. Yeah, you a villain that don't play right. Well, you got the swag of a gay villain in a pantomime. I'm out of this world. I'm out of this world.
That's actually hilarious. You have the swag of a gay villain in a pantomime.
A gay villain?
Oh, man. I love it.
I was seeded here by the Nibiru planet type. You probably a snitch. First sign of trouble and he's on a Gabi vibe that will try to set the screws on my neck like Frankenstein. And that is why I'm trying to hang this guy. I really want to body this, brother. Yeah, you're a monstrous fella, but Frankenstein is the right topic for measure the way how I'm finna stitch this body together. And I bet y'all think I'm the prey and he's the predator, right? Well, I have to rhyme that that's a lie, because in reality it's bait. To catch a predator, all you gotta do is grab the 9, overstand.
Something that I'm noticing that he's already done a couple times is he'll have a bar, and then he'll do another bar that's also on the same topic.
Yeah.
And they're both good, but the fact that he hits the same topic twice, I feel like undermines the dopeness of each.
Yeah.
And if he had combined those into a single punchline, I feel like it would have been stronger.
That's
like I think that's
super
why
on
he's
point.
I feel like Gemini's a little bit ahead right now, and I think it's because Gemini knows how to just like hit and then move to the next thing.
Yeah,
smoothly,
for sure.
You know
It's
what I
like if
mean?
he was using a Harambe bar, he's like, "You're about to see me go ape shit afterwards."
Right. Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
You just said a Harambe bar.
Yeah,
man.
right.
We
right,
get it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a super good critique. That's a really good critique because it totally does. It's like I'm like I already heard that bar, man.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a way like with the that's another way I made his soul lift. Like you had a great rhyme with lift his soul and tippy toes. Like you could have worked that to be the main punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would have hit harder.
Yeah.
Same with like Frankenstein stitching this body together.
Yeah.
I feel like if that had been presented as the main punch, it would have hit.
Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally
Because we've
agree.
heard bolt in his neck a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like as soon as you say Bolton, it's like
Right.
you know what's
Yeah.
coming. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Y'all not fucking with me.
I'm listening.
Overstand that 9 could either be a 4/5 or your kid, his son having a temper tantrum. That 4 kicks in your crib, it's deep stuff when we meet up. Cause you're the only rapper I see front, so for sure, I leave his body deep in the dirty lake and snorkeling, cause when I'm creeping with Glocks, it's Tony D versus Shocks. Main event you're about to see is the 38 meet the 40. Like,
I don't know why, but age bars where you're equating age to guns about two really old people or a really old person it's just always funny to me. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's just always a funny joke.
That is hilarious. Yeah.
Let's go, Tubbs. The main event you're about to see is the 38 meet the 40, like Wagwan fam. Do you want action? And if so, can your small frame even back the shit? I legit mean rappers like you to death. Reason being, I either hurt you online or hurt you in person. So for your sake, I let the banter hit. In the end, they wave the white flag. Cause they pussy, they don't want push me, but they know that white flag, I ain't having it. That skeng still kicking, I'm relentless with it. I won't stand for the flag like Colin Kaepernick. Come on. Dog want man's comments all day till they can't hack this shit. Cause I know y'all feel vexed when I violate, but you can't do nothing but be mad as shit. You and Ross, faggots, pricks, y'all best friends forever, so I laugh at it. It's manic, bitch, but you and that fag best accept the L when I roll up on a small package thing between you and him. I'm trying to cause division like Nigel Farage planning did, and yeah, you killed Raptor. But for that, you're sentenced to spend time behind these bars for killing a kid like a Carl Manning bid. Speaking of Ross, put up a pic online of you and Roz and said that y'all look like Ryo and Ken.
Here we go with the Facebook bars. This is what I came for. Let's hear it.
This guy was perplexed. Man texted her crying and vexed, and that's how I know this guy is so wet. Emotional ass nigga. On the phone to Ross talking about how could you take the piss like that? I thought this guy was a friend, but if that was me, and if you took the piss on site, then it would have been on site. That's an inside joke. I wouldn't have done all that to the brethren. Because to be really honest, I would have just been glad for the mention, but that's his Don's
Man, he's actually good at self-deprecating jokes.
Yeah, totally.
If there was a way for him to like incorporate that more, but also be hitting his opponent at the same time,
yeah,
that'd be like a cool aspect to like play up in his
for real.
style.
Like not very many people have that.
Yeah. Especially like when they're rapping hard like this, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like O'Shea does it, but he's O'Shea.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. On point. Super on point.
That's this Don's problem. You're a motherfucking diva, dude. You care more about your image whilst I'm just happy to be here, and that's the difference between me and you. My rep rock solid, and you know you've been ducking me trying to throw these rounds at you. This is Geodude versus Pikachu, you
Yes!
This is Geodude versus
yeah, Pokemon,
This is
go.
Geodude versus Pikachu. This is Geodude versus Pikachu, you yellow belly, stuck up, pointy ears, red cheeks, and ooh, soon as I ride you in these rounds, I keep it G and prove that it's about to get peak for you. And truth is, shock should not be the next dude it's due to be speaking to, because first we want to see evolution. Randy Orton, Triple H, Ric Flair, and that Batista dude.
That was okay. So he literally did like a whole scheme on Pokemon, and then used the word evolution to transition into a wrestling punchline. That was crazy.
Yeah, word. I get like wrestling bars go so over my fucking head.
Right.
That I'm just like,
me too, but I
where
just
is
like there's like I think there's like a team called Evolution or whatever.
Okay.
And just mentioned all their names.
They just had an event actually.
Yeah.
I only know that because Clayton like loves fucking wrestling.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But if he refused to evolve, then the next time we take a Pikachu, you will be induced in hospital with lines all through your features, dude, and a straw will be the tool this fool will be feeding through, or worse, he will die. Get left ghosted for trying to swerve to avoid the big dog like the opening seed in Beetlejuice. Now me, started as Geodude with arms free to move top, got it. Then evolved to Graveler, was still hard, but my rep...
He's still talking about Pokemon. See, this is the thing, like he just stays on one topic too long. I think is my main critique of his style. It's not that the stuff isn't good, it's just that like, you know, like just spread it out. Just do a Pokemon bar in every battle. You know what I mean? Just do one in every battle, not 25 in one battle. But at this point, I'm actually like, I want to see how long he stays on this topic.
Yeah, me too.
Now I'm into it.
How long can he go?
Like, it's at a certain point, it gets good again.
Yeah.
You know? So let's see.
It was rock bottom. Nobody was trying to see the dude like Peekaboo evolve again. Now Tox got him. And for Shotty's graveyard, I have the keys to use. And since you stole Shotty's style, he assumed it was free to do. So that graveyard is a final resting place I need to lead him to. Now, booked this battle to feed me to the lion. Real talk. I know how his mind's working, but I don't watch that. I come through with arms out, walking and waving a stick like a blind person. I'm full of hype. Full of hype. And you unfollowed me on Twitter just because
Yes, Twitter bars. Okay.
Leveling up. He's leveling up.
Yep. If he talks about social media and Pokemon for the rest of the battle, he wins. I don't care.
You unfollowed me on Twitter just because Earth said a funny line, you're so full of shite. I know a problem with me is something you wouldn't like, but if you're man enough, come get to work on the birthday event when I drop gems like good advice. Now, you battled on Battle of the Brave, but I thought Don't Flop was supposed to be home. You couldn't wait to suck dick and jump ship just to get your face in the party, but was it worth it? I heard Charlie Clips took around 2 hours to get to the event. Maybe he took an excessive amount of time to get to you because his fat ass couldn't fit in the car seat. I heard after 2 hours of waiting, you were panicking at the situation. Now, was all that panic and drama worth to spitting a 1 round of bars, G? Hardly. It's wavy because you would have thought he had a lazy plug the way how we spent bare time waiting for Charlie. Now, dialect said...
Do they call... they must call Coke Charlie in the UK.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I love his fat ass couldn't fit in the car seat.
I know what?
This is a daily problem. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, cars are a little bit smaller in Europe generally,
maybe,
so you know those UK cars. I understand, Charlie. I feel your pain. I see, you know, the roof.
Fight for it today. Now, dialect said your real name's Navid. Bruh.
That's a cool fucking name.
Yeah.
That's tragic. I bet in your high school days, the teacher reading your name on a register would cause mad panic. Palpitations. His heart is racing. He's struggling to breathe, and he ain't even asthmatic. He just knows his dumbass name is something that he can't shake like a bad habit. But then he stumbled across the battle world. Light bulb moment. Shit, here's a place that I can reinvent like a clever guy. Cut slits in my eyebrow, wear my jeans extra tight. He thought, now is my chance, I can finally spread my wings and let them fly forever high in the heavens, right? And then clever clogs went and settled on the name like Gemini. Bruh, when it comes to picking names, you and your parents are straight up crap, I.
What the hell?
This is great.
Type of names you'll choose are the type of names you think up when you're sat on board in bad traffic. His full name is Navid.
Wait, so when Talks is stuck in traffic, he sits around coming up with bad names for things?
What else could I call myself?
What would be a really bad name if I had a kid?
Totally. Like
how could I really fuck up his life? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I might try that next time.
Bizarre, Buffy. Name so ridiculous, the crowd don't know whether to accuse me of lying or start laughing. To be fair to you, the name doesn't make the man. And that's probably why the man's still bluffing. But the name is, however, tied to a family tree, so that averagely means that somewhere down the line you are probably Disaster's cousin. Because you're both Asian. That would explain all the multi-syllables he's squeezing into the raps he's gunning. And if your Asian parents wasn't so against gays out of the closet, you'd come out quicker than Bagnall footage.
Yeah, praising Bagnall. Let's go off the quit.
Let's go. In this battle shit. What's the plan, Nav? You said you don't want the title, you just want to battle who you like, and to be honest, I can't understand that. But you could beat Soul for the title. Defend it against Shocks, rematch against Raptor, so you can achieve your goal and be the champ fan, but instead you battling mid-tier old me, giving me the chance to shoot on your goal like an under-hit back pass. See, I went from...
I love, like, that's his best shit when he gets self-deprecating. Yeah. You could be battling these guys, you're battling mid-tier me? That's amazing. You should have made that the punchline.
16-bar schemes to 2-bar setups. I grew up, so now there's a less chance of me trying to write too clever on the page. In other words, those over your headlines get cut, nigga. I'm Swave 7 with a fade. You say shit like Big Gun, I'ma get the shit kicking from early like morning breath. But I say shit like Big Shotty, I'ma get the shit pumping from early like morning sex. Lone wolf, Baron Carbon Flex. My man put in work and I'm a Labour leader, cutting Jeremy Corbyn checks. And if ever we talk he's dead, I'ma definitely sever his organs next. Get beheaded and shredded G-Mon, his death and his memory finna be haunting friends.
Woo! That was hot. Yeah, that was
fucking fire. Big Man Talks versus Tony's daughter.
You just a picnic to me. And when this battle drops on the tube, I want you to name this Meme God versus Mr. Slit in his jeans. Time. Let's go.
Wait, Mean God?
Meme God.
Oh, Meme God. I thought he said Mean God. I was like,
look, I'm telling you, if Tox only did self-deprecating jokes, social media references, and Pokemon bars,
yeah,
he'd be
hitting
like top tier.
He'd be hitting, man.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
That was a fire battle. That was
really good.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I liked it
totally.
being one round too. It was fucking cool. It didn't seem like it really drained on for that long. I give it to Gemini.
Yeah, I mean for sure Gemini took it. And I mean honestly, it makes me. Gemini's one of the guys who I've slept on a little bit. I haven't seen that much of his stuff.
Me too.
So watching this battle makes me a lot more excited for him versus Soul. I mean, I know that people over there were hyped up for it, so I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good battle.
Yeah.
But now seeing his style, I'm like, oh, it's going to be really interesting seeing them battle with the URL crowd specifically.
Yeah.
But Soul's one of the greatest. You know what I mean? So there's no way he's not taking that into his calculations.
Yeah.
But that's part of what will make it so cool too, is seeing what Soul brings to that crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, I don't know really how to call it, because I could see the crowd being going more towards Gemini's style for sure. But like you said, it's still in the UK, and I think Soul is one of the best, period.
He is. And he can win any crowd, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
can.
Like, he beat Ness in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know? Like, can't count out that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's hella true. Hella dope battle, Gemini versus Take Note Tox.
Yep.
Gemini's fire. Gemini versus Soul happening this Saturday. Summer Madness 8. Get your pay-per-view URL, watchbattlelive.com. Okay. I'm going to watch one more battle.
Hell yeah.
Kid Twist actually suggested this one. I'm really excited about it. Also, on Summer Madness 8 is the fucking man himself making his URL debut. Also, Pat Stay.
Mr. Patrick Stay.
We're going to do Pat Stay versus Arcane.
Hell yeah.
Title match from World Dom 4.
So this is an interesting one because I judged this match for real. I gave it to Pat the first time around, which was part of him winning the chain. So let's see if I agree with myself on the... Wow, that was 5 years ago? Jesus Christ. Let's see if I agree with myself on the 5 years later rewatch.
Time flies loud.
Time flies loud, my friend. Time flies loud.
I'll also preface this as I don't really think I did a very good job at this event. I didn't really film it that good, and the audio is very subpar. So apologies on my behalf. This was like the first big stage event that King of the Dot did, and honestly, we just weren't really prepared. Like the venue also, not a fan of this venue.
So more about the venue. So the venue where this was the Opera House in Toronto, and that is like, it's like the heavy metal concert venue. So it's like kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? I'm sure their setup there for you wasn't the best.
They weren't the most accommodating, I'll say.
I can imagine.
But yeah, let's get into it. Arcane versus Pat Stay. A little background on this battle. Arcane won the Grand Prix the first time. Some controversial wins, beating Lopeshi, and then beat Thesaurus to win the chain the first time.
That's right, yeah.
Then he lost the chain to
Bender.
He lost the chain to Bender the
chain
first
to Bender,
time.
Yep.
I was actually going to watch that with Organic the other day. That's a fire fucking battle. And then Arcane, this is his... he won the chain from Diz by winning the Grand Prix once again and beating Disaster in a very epic matchup. And then Pat Stay has always been what people like. You're also in this like group too, is like Canada's best.
Right.
People are like the best battle rapper in Canada. Which is crazy that you and Pat have never battled. That's fucking nuts.
People always say that, but I just I don't know. I just never.
Yeah, I know. Like
never wanted to battle him
stylistically,
at all.
like it doesn't really like make sense. But like you guys are like the dudes, you know.
I think it's also partially the Canadianness.
Yeah.
Like I think if people were like, "You're two of the best from America," we'd be like, "Fuck you, we got to battle."
Yeah.
But there are people like, you're two of the best from Canada. We're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
we're buddies.
Way to go,
that's
Pat.
great. Yeah,
for sure, man. But yeah, Pat was one of the dudes that people are always like, why don't you go after the chain? Even Drake asked Pat to stay there.
and I think that's part of the. I mean, this is the way I've heard Pat tell the story is part of the reason why he agreed to go for the chain was because Drake like personally asked him to battle for the chain.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh shit, well I can't say no to that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Drake also helped out this event a lot. He booked a couple battles and helped out financially. Shout out Drake. Awesome individual.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And yeah, this is his first shot at the chain. And yeah, let's see what happens.
All right.
You didn't battle at this event.
No, yeah, I was only judging. This is when I was on my break from battling.
Yeah, okay.
So I had battled.
World Dawn 3, you battled the.
I battled.
Nils, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then I had just like completely stepped away from battling, like in all regards, watching battles or anything. Sometimes you have to detox yourself. Sometimes, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can relate.
Yeah, I mean, I've like quit battle rap so many times, and it's like pathetic. I'm like,
Yeah.
I quit battle rap, and then like an event comes out a month later. I'm like, okay, I'll film it.
Yeah. So I think, but I went to this whole event like both days, and I think this was like the first event that I had gone to see at all. Because I mean, nowadays there's not that many events per year in Toronto, but at this point there were still like a few.
Yep.
So this is the first one that I've been back to see live, which was a great event to come back to because even though the venue wasn't the greatest, it was still cool to see it on the stage because it's like, oh shit, we're like on URL's level now.
Yeah, you're leveling up, and it was like I think close to being sold out, and like you'll see in this crowd shot,
it was packed.
There's a lot of fucking people.
It was
there.
really packed. Yeah. So yeah, I had a great time.
Hey yo, King of the Dot, put your money where your mouth is. World Domination 4, we got a motherfucking title match. Toronto, make some noise.
So can you see me? Yeah, I have my. I'm looking like Shuffle T with my long hair there. That's me.
That's
me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing like basketball shorts that go to my ankles. What the fuck? The big check, let's go!
Amazing. I love that big check.
Dude, funny story, you know Franco?
Mm-hmm.
So Franco won this battle competition and they gave him a big check and he fucking folded it up and took it to the bank. He tried to cash it.
Oh, man.
Love that guy.
It's just for show, man.
Of course,
you gotta get the real check after.
I got a very special sponsor co-host.
Yo, what up, it's Rage Rugger, my homie Swamp Diesel with me.
It's my very good friend. It's my very good friend, Rage Roshan.
Love that guy. Recall right now in stores.
Big shout out to OVO, UBR, Pindad, Notes to Self, everyone that's sponsored, Louis Dallas, holding it the fuck down for King of the Dot. You already know what it is. I got my co-host.
Yeah, Gully TK, shout out to OVO, sponsor this whole event. Trevor D, custom jewelry for the chain. You already know what it is. Toronto, y'all ready for the title match?
I ain't gonna even keep y'all any longer. I know what the fuck y'all came to see. Championship time, bitch! Challenger, to my left, introduce yourself.
Man, I was very surprised when the camera panned in that direction. It's weird to think of Pat as the challenger.
I know, that is crazy.
Wow.
That is wild.
I think that was well enough. I love you. Two-time Grand Prix champion, the reigning, defending King of the Dot champion. To my right, introduce yourself.
Man, crazy crowd. That's great.
Arcane, you are the champion. You get the choice of who goes first.
All right.
All right. It's on past day. World Domination, King of the Dot. Let's go.
I'm just already
Arcane.
That's a hard name.
Greatest opening line in battle rap.
I know,
history.
I love it so much.
I was standing behind him. Nameless was beside me. We were just fucking like collapsing on each other. And I was actually like, this looks so bad because we're judges, but I just like can't help myself.
You gotta react, man.
Oh, man.
Arcane's reacting too. Fuck. Man.
You know who you remind me of?
You know who you remind me of? Scarface. You fucking boss.
Fuck yes, man. Pat is one of the best, man. Pat is fucking one of the best.
Absolutely.
You know who you remind me of? Scarface. You fucking boss. When you meet him, makes your heart race. He'll give you that hard shake, your fucking arm breaks. Thug life. You know how he got here? Car chase.
Holy shit. Oh my god. I forgot about give him a hard shake. Fucking arm breaks.
I just love, you know how he got here? Car chase. That was his mode of transportation.
It works.
It's like, yo, Arcane, you taking the car? Only if I'm being chased. It's the
like
only
illegal.
way I can take
Call
a
the
car.
cops on me right now. Man, that's fire, man.
Oh my god.
I know that opening scheme is like still like my favorite part of like any battle. I love that Arcane.
It's the greatest opening of all. Like it's just so fucking perfect. It's with his name, the rhyme is so perfect.
Yeah.
The like way of roasting him is so perfect.
Yep. And it's funny too, like I hear a lot of Pat Stay and Shuffle T's stuff like that style,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
like where he's
Absolutely.
like Raptor, like the little dinosaur, and then he'll rhyme dinosaur and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Pat is one of the best, man.
Hey, got here in a car chase. He pulled up front and said, hey, what's up? He said, don't get smart, okay? He burnt cheddar and dodged bullets to get that large chain. But your lines came through bills, so I guess you are king.
Yeah, and then ends it with actually a crazy punchline.
Yeah,
which is
for real.
It's just a great way to cap it off.
Super
you know?
dope. Super fucking dope, man.
Oh man.
What up, Toronto?
Massive in
is
this.
here.
Yeah.
It's going down. I'm about to roast this old clown in his own hometown. And you say you're the people's champ? Let's do this just to make a point. If y'all want me to represent this country, make some noise.
Fucking shit. He's like already winning the battle.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He's controlling the narrative, as Ilmac says.
Know what's up. I need that one more time. Ready? Bip. Now hold up. Wait. Skirt. Let me get this straight. Because I don't quite understand. So Costa gave you rhymes. You paid him the money, but it wasn't for the rhymes. You was just helping your man. Now I get it. It's like this hooker I bought the other night.
This was such a fucking good angle too. Oh man.
Hey, 10 hours straight she bounced on my dick. Now I paid her, but I mean, it wasn't for the sex. I was just looking out for the bitch.
Oh my god.
I was just looking out for the bit.
Fucking amazing.
You're an idiot.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
Pat is so
yeah.
good at fucking just making his opponents like look so silly, like look so fucking silly. Like where it's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And he did it in fucking the battle with Danny too. He's like, do you believe in a parallel universe? I don't, idiot.
Yeah, I think he's actually gotten even better at it now.
Yeah.
Like against Danny, it was just like, cause to do that to Danny Myers is
for real. Yeah.
not easy, but
Yeah.
Pat made it look easy.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an idiot. Stop lying. I talked to you after the battle and you admitted it. You told me he gave you rhymes to the Grand Prix and you agreed you'd split the money if you ended up winning it, which is ironic. Because when you battled Thesaurus, you blamed the exact same shit on him. And you did the exact same shit as him. You fucking hypocrite.
Okay.
Hey, wait.
Do you remember who started the "you fucking hypocrite"?
Oh, I
line?
don't know.
Because I think it might have been Jack Shit against me, because Jack Shit said that to me, and I've always been trying to remember if someone said that before him. But I mean, that's not like that well known of a battle, but he said it to me a couple times. It was like a recurring theme he had.
Yeah.
And then Holohan said it to him. And because Holohan and Jack Shit was a title match, that was like a pretty well viewed match.
Yeah.
And then it just like took off from there. So I think Jack Shit might have started
That's
"You fucking
crazy.
hypocrite" against me, which is nuts because it's just like no one remembers that.
Yeah.
But I think that was the earliest occurrence.
Man, that's interesting. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like there's a couple things like that. They're like, where did that actually fucking start?
Right, exactly.
But people know it. People are
Yeah.
like, you fucking hypocrite.
Right. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. When did you
Yeah.
battle with Jack Shit?
It was 2009, I guess.
At Blue Moon
At Blue Moon, yeah. Yeah, 2009, it was like, so I did, that year I battled...
Holohan, then Jack
I battled
Shit, right?
Holohan, then Jack Shit, then HFK, then Fresco and Madness, then Dumbfounded. That was my... Oh, and actually Bartone, the Bartone battle was early that year as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what a fucking year.
Yep. I mean, it was only 1 minute rounds. It was a lot easier.
Still, that's nuts. And that was also in the fucking era that if like you lose one battle, they're like, he's over with.
Right,
you know?
right,
Like
yeah.
I remember when you lost against
Yeah.
Holohan, they're like,
Yeah.
K-Twist done.
Yeah.
You lost one battle. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
You fucking hypocrite! Hey, wait! See, Costick agreed to give him bars for exchange of the change of the wealth. You PayPal'd him money for those lines because you couldn't make them up yourself. So how the fuck do you deserve the Canadian belt when you can't even win the shit without an American's help?
See, this is a great approach because he's like there's not that much cleverness to it, but
Yeah.
he's just going straight at him, and
Yep.
at this point in time, that's what people wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind that he had just won the chain against Diz, and it was so fucking controversial.
Yeah.
Because Diz like exposed that shit with him and
Yeah.
Caustic, which like to this day I think was blown out to be something more than what it was. But obviously it's become a very effective angle against Arcane, and Pat was the first one to really get to do it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't come off for Diz the way Diz had kind of planned it.
Yeah.
So this is kind of exactly what the crowd wanted to hear, and Pat's
Yeah.
just doing it super effectively.
For real, it's like the one thing everybody wants to have said to this guy, and he's like saying it the best way possible.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel it already?
I'm standing beside Holohan. I completely forgot I was standing beside Holohan for this battle. That's so good. Look at the contrast between me with the long hair and Holohan. That's amazing.
Hey, he's a coward. He knows it. It's been average for years, and all of a sudden now he's the dopest. All these punchlines coming from nowhere? Shit was obvious. How did we notice? His own boy told me he's had a team of writers for half his opponents. So at the end of the day, yeah, shit's dope, but how do we know who actually wrote it? Yo, I'm the man for the throne. The champ gotta go. His name's Kane, cause he don't stand a chance on his own.
Fucking awesome.
What I like about that is like he could have said his name's Kane because he can't stand on his own, which would, in a way, would have like made more sense with what the double entendre was. But I like that he didn't do that. Like, I think Pat makes good choices like that, where it's like he doesn't overcomplicate the line, but he says it in a way that isn't completely obvious, but still makes sense and sounds super cool. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Let him add in a little extra, because he don't stand a chance on his own. Like, he added in a little extra syllable with the dance, and like it sounded super good. It wasn't exactly what you expected.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
that's a good point, man. Yeah, he's such a good writer and also a good performer too.
Right,
it's like he performed the shit out of that.
Yeah, and he clearly writes to his performance.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, and fooling me is just something you can't do, because you got 2 chains, but nothing you say is true.
I remember, I mean, it doesn't kind of hit as hard now because 2 Chainz isn't as big anymore, but that was a fucking insane line at the time that he said it.
Shout out 2 Chainz. I still fucks with 2 Chainz.
Hell yeah.
Get it.
Hey, look, hey guys, yo. Look, he mad right now.
He mad right now started with Holland, right? His battle with Holland.
Yeah, that's right. Because he wants to say the N-word so bad right now. That was the original.
So good.
Yeah.
Trying to log into PayPal right now.
Oh, man.
Hey, wait. Hey, he wants to get the mobile app so bad.
It's funny to be laughing while watching myself laugh.
On his smartphone texting Cossack, yo, let me cop some bars, bro. Cossack sent him such a dope line, he texted him back, Don DeMarco. Check it out. Hey, fuck that, though. I ain't sweating that. The chain is mine. If I lose, he's getting jacked. I'll snatch his chain so fast it'll decapitate his ass, then I'll rock it with his fucking head attached. Yo, this fraud can't step the pad. After this battle, they gon' forget his ass faster than a second flat, like I flashed him with the gadget from Men in Black.
Oh, man. Yeah, he just, like, he presents things so well with his rhyme schemes. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, rocket
and, like,
chain with his head attached.
And he finds, like, such good rhymes, like, how do we run this back? Oh.
J,
okay.
So fast it'll decapitate his ass, then I'll rock it with his fucking head attached. Yo, this fraud can't step the pad. After this battle, they gon' forget his ass faster than a second flat, like I flashed him with the gadget from Men in Black.
Yeah, so it's just like forget his ass, second flat, Men in Black. It's just like it all goes together so perfectly and flows naturally.
He's hella good at multi-stacking.
Yeah, man.
So good at it, man. I think he has like a mind that he just kind of thinks like that, because I remember a hella long ago, you know, when he was battling Thesaurus, and he said like he did the whole menu order thing, and it's basically like take a large shake with a bar bake, and he was just basically multi-stacking like crazy.
Right.
And then he's like, to go with a Coke.
Right.
But he fucking freestyled that on like some chat room hella long ago, just fucking around. He's like, yeah, you would say this, and I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Your mind just like works like that, you know,
that's
like
wild.
QP's mind works in schemes.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah.
So yeah, he's like no other, man.
Insane.
You thought these long rounds were gonna fuck me up and I'd have to adapt to the change, dog? This is my shit. You just brought back the wrath I had from back in the day. I caused impact with the strength to shake the earth and crash a plane. I'm Pat Stay. I'll wrap my way around 1,000-pound rattlesnake.
The reason why you heard people shouting that with him is that was a line that he used against an opponent like years before this in the Elements League.
Oh, word?
One of his original Elements League battles against I forget the guy's actual name, but the guy he called Gary.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I can wrap my way around a 1,000-pound rattlesnake. So when he said, like, you just brought back my hunger from back in the day, the actual punchline was a reference to an old battle.
Yeah.
And that's why people who knew that shouted the line with him.
That was used in a trailer, and I love that whole, like, visual painting. It was so fucking tight. Plus how fucking big he is. Like, he sells the shit out of it. I fucking love that scheme. But I think I thought somebody brought it up, like that they battled and they're like, why do you want to? Oh, Big K is like, why do you want to wrap yourself around a rattlesnake, sir? He's like, you're in some weird shit.
This is my shit. You just brought back the wrath I had from back in the day. I caused impact with the strength to shake the earth and crash a plane, unpack, stay. I'll wrap my way around a 1,000-pound rattlesnake. The chain is mine.
I fucking love that he ended it like that. I don't know why I like that so much, but it just goes, the chain is mine! And he doesn't rap anything. That's like such a fucking like Mortal Kombat, like wrestling.
Fatality.
I don't know. I remember when he said that, I like literally got fucking goosebumps. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. So fucking tight, man.
Take the earth and crash a plane, unpack, stay. I'll wrap my way around a 1,000-pound rattlesnake. The chain is mine!
Wow. Incredible verse. Absolutely incredible verse.
There we go.
That was great.
Yeah, but, oh my god, his little afterwards.
Yeah.
There we go. Look, since you want to talk about that Grand Prix, first off, ain't nobody ever.
He actually did not talk about the Grand Prix.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. He talked about the Ghost Riding ship. You're right. Yeah.
Consider Cheddar my equal, and we all know you in Hollow.
Oh my god. Yes, I remember this. Fuck yes,
I don't know what's about to happen,
this.
so yeah, I'm excited now.
First off, ain't nobody ever considered Cheddar my equal. And we all know you and Hollow Hand share bars, so which is the lesser of evils? I already proved in that whole tournament all my weapons is lethal, and all Caustic proved is he's a desperate, deceitful, treacherous weasel.
Oh, desperate, deceitful, treacherous weasel. Yes. Desperate,
I love that so much.
Treacherous weasel.
Dude, he's like, fucking okay. They're going to talk about the Grand Prix, all right? Desperate, deceitful, treacherous weasel.
It's a good rhyme, actually.
Yeah,
I like
it is
the
a
rhyme.
good scheme, but I'm like, man, there's like nothing. Also, it's kind of funny. His shirt makes it looks like the end of that chain, kind of. It looks like he's like rocking the King of the Dot chain that gave to Poor Rich.
Right.
Hindsight is 20/20. So looking back now, I see things perfect. My last battle, I was rocking the 3 rings. It turned into a 3-ring circus. Well, I ain't got time for clowns. Instead, I crafted these 3 verses to shine some light on the dark side that lies beneath P's surface. See,
that's fine.
He's nervous. So why is this sucker trying to claim he a boss when all you do is promo battles because you scared of taking a loss? I hit target.
Remember when doing promo battles was something that could be an angle?
Yeah, I know, totally. You didn't want this judged. Everyone's like,
yo, I hit targets with large caliber, stock silencers, snipe yo shit. You dodge challengers like a Chrysler whip. So
that was fucking crazy. You dodge challengers like a Chrysler whip.
That's pretty crazy.
Actually fire.
That's pretty crazy. Hell yeah.
Like it has bars.
Yeah.
Yo, check it out. So that's why I ain't stepping this ring to talk about those weapons I bring. Nah, this a chess game. Y'all just pawns in the rest of my scheme. Your white knight can only take the L. If you check what I mean, we all seen him make crooked moves, dodging bishop, trying to get to the king.
I mean, that's a good scheme.
That's crazy.
It's a good scheme.
That's fucking crazy.
What I like about his schemes is he doesn't like. he doesn't word things in a crazy way.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Like he doesn't. There were no reaches in there.
Yep.
It's like making crooked. We see with
Yeah,
Bishop
it's like
make
super
crooked
just
moves
what
to
it
get to the
is.
king. It's like the
Yep.
bishop makes crooked moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it all works perfectly.
Yeah,
You know?
for real. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So if you wanna put me on trial, launch a case and sue me with all this baseless scrutiny trying to bait and lure me, you can't escape the fury. How you gonna act like Judge Dredd when you dread judges you too scared to face the jury?
Hella
Just
Canadian accent, double
just
entendres.
when we talked about him not saying words.
How are you gonna make me a liar, Arcane? Come on, man.
Let's go.
Come on, Alex. I thought we were cool.
Let's go.
Fear Pat's name. This a fierce man's game. I already proven over the years most of my peers can't hang. So let's be honest, Pat, you never had the balls to come near that chain until I was the heel coming off the heels of a smear campaign. See, that's why Pat stay in school. He plays it safe. He takes the easiest route. He claims he ain't scared of shit, but I see reasonable doubt. Seems like you scared to do a rap, you won't succeed and get wealth. So how are we supposed to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself?
This was actually a really good angle against Pat at this time because, you know, now he's faced like all the best guys in the world pretty much. But at that time, I'm trying to think of all his battles leading up to this. Did he battle?
He battled Head Ice right before this.
Oh, okay. So he had some bigger battles before.
Yeah,
this.
but
So
it was like the start of that.
Right.
It was like math. He battled math before this,
okay.
actually. He battled,
Yeah. So I guess the angle Arcane's taking now probably would have been more relevant if he had did it like a year before.
Yeah.
But Pat Stay versus Holohan, like even Holohan says, you can finally bring some pride home to the Nova Scotians because you finally faced a dope opponent.
Yeah.
And it's like that was the big criticism of Pat Stay is he was only in these, he was fire,
Yeah.
but he was only in these really one-sided
Bartone,
battles.
HFK. Yeah, that's hella correct, actually.
But I think, but yeah, you're right that he did battle Math before this. He did battle Head Ice before this. So I think the criticism is less relevant, but he still kind of had that stain on his reputation.
Yeah.
So it's still an angle you could take against him.
Yeah.
You know?
Homeboy on the left. You!
Yo, I mean, let's be real, Pat. Your career path in battling ain't a safe bet. If you can't have his biggest export, then what's happening with your paycheck? You battle the biggest names, but you only get a fraction of what they get, and you haven't even tried to release a fucking album or a tape yet. Man.
Again, when you can criticize battle rappers for not making music.
Yeah. At least I got a mixtape.
So lazy and complacent, if you the favorite, this is bias. The way I put these rounds together, crazy as his science. I sling shots that rock him straight between his eyelids. So y'all can witness the slaying of a giant, because this is David versus Goliath.
And like that's really good, you know what I mean? Like everyone's thinking, oh, David versus Goliath, but the slaying of a giant, like that's just a good way to put it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was hella dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this first round is fucking heavy, man.
Yeah, it's a great round.
Check this out. That's why Patrick Stay is a dead man walking. My bars are straight mescaline. You better take medicine. I'm something you ain't never been. Kane is a trained veteran, so keep acting wild. These punches leaving gaps in his smile like Dave Letterman. See, me and you, we not the same specimen. Brethren, it's game 7. These rappers is plain feminine. The white boy killing them. I am spitting fire, get your jaw tapped and wired like the 5-0 listening. See, yo, I brought that machete to hack his limbs off, bare to the bone. Body parts getting thrown to the air, cause I'm the true heir to the throne. You ain't the genuine article, Pat. You just an embarrassing clone. So when it comes to these King of the Dot chains, I'm wearing them home.
That was actually a really good round from Arcane. I mean, I think Pat certainly won the round.
Yeah.
But I remember, I'd love to watch my judgment at the end, but I'm quite positive I gave round 1 to Pat. And there was a round that I gave to Pat that I was like, afterwards a little bit hesitant about. I don't think it was that round because that was so fucking good from Pat. But I think there's one round in here that might be a little debatable.
I'd be willing to bet it's the second. The second rounds from Pat were the notorious joke rounds.
Right.
And it's so funny how things turned out now that those are the best. Like his joke rounds are the fucking best. But back then he still did some kind of like jokes that were like, okay, that's like kind of corny. It's just like corny jokes.
It wasn't even... I mean, we'll see what he's about to say, but from my recollection, it wasn't even the jokes themselves, it was how he presented them.
Yeah.
Like, I think he just has... Like, he's fine-tuned his showmanship to just present jokes perfectly and, like, all the aspects of his performance and even just how he moves around and, like, yelling... Actually, I was just watching the watch where you guys did Danny Myers versus Pat.
Yeah.
And so I saw someone mention in the chat how... it was, or someone mentioned in the comments, I guess, that it was Danny's wife. That's who Pat was yelling in her face. So I'm like, even stuff like that, just like the idea of yelling Bar God, but yelling Bar God in his wife's face, like that just adds such a huge layer to the joke. You know what I mean?
For sure. But it is funny how it's transpired, and I've seen Pat be a big proponent of like, you know, everybody has always been like, oh, Pat, just do more of the bar stuff. Like, just bar out. We want to hear bars. And he's always like, shut the fuck up. He's like, the people that come up to me don't quote, like, I was riding on a fucking dinosaurs, like, you know, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, eating your flesh and all that dumb shit. Like, they joke the fun shit, you know? And that's, Arcane, that's a hard name. That's what I quoted from this battle.
Of course, and you know I've had a similar thing. Like interestingly for me, I feel like it's almost the opposite, where like people are like, "Oh, Twist, we only want to hear jokes from you," and I'm like, "Okay," and then I do all jokes, but by the time you get to the end of the third round, it's like the jokes have worn thin.
Yeah,
so people just aren't laughing.
And
the
like
same
your
way.
tool scheme against Fresco, right?
Right.
That's like something that I heard, and I'm like, wow, that is like still fucking amazing.
Right. So it's like so. The challenge for me was always finding a way to like work in bars, but in a way that fit my style. Like the Fresco thing is like the best example because it's like the whole thing was a joke, but at the same time I had crazy bars.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Word. Yeah, that's a good point.
Wigger bars. That's something you gotta deal with. No matter how low you wear that hat, you can't hide from this real shit.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah. My lord.
Man, I did not realize how long ago this battle was. You could still talk about battle rappers not making music. You could still talk about judge battles. You could still call someone. Yeah.
That's really crazy. Yeah, try saying that now, man.
Yep. You rub cocoa butter on your elbows. And calls his Irish girlfriend his ebony queen. And he's always asking me if I...
Hold on. He calls his Irish girlfriend his ebony queen.
Yes, Pat, let's go. Let's fucking go, 2013.
Oh, man.
You rub cocoa butter on your elbows. And calls his Irish girlfriend his ebony queen. And he's always asking me if I have Vaseline because he says he has ashy knees. He gets made fun of for them big-ass hats he wears, but he's too embarrassed not to because he says he has nappy hair. See, he thinks he's a black man. And excuse me for this angle, but it's kind of fucked up. Because you a slave to that chain, bro. I know, that's fucked up, but that's what boggles my brain, though. Because I don't understand why Django don't want to let his chain go.
No way.
Holy shit. Holy fuck. Let's go. Let's go. My lord.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that line to me. That line to this audience comes across really tone deaf. But Pat being who he is, I really think he could have spit that on, like if he was battling Arcane on Smack, like crazy parallel universe scenario, he could have spit that line and it would have killed.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that this crowd is so fucking white. To use that line makes it look suspect, you know?
You're right. That's hella true, man.
I know, that's fucked up, but that's what boggles my brain, though. Because I don't understand understand why Django don't want to let his chain go. What?
It's still fucking hilarious. I don't care. It's still funny as fuck.
All right.
Hey, Django. Hey, if you pulled a name out his hat, it'd say Arcane. You're not black. If you check the tag in the back, it'd say shave your chin strap. I know he hates that shit. White is beautiful, Alex. Embrace that shit. Hey, I'll take who needs to grow the hell up and quit wearing that stupid hat so goddamn low for $300, Alex. What the fuck? Hell, you're 35 years old. No, you gotta grow up sometime, Arcane. Old wigger walking around thinking of punchlines all day.
What an amazing diss. You walk around thinking of punchlines. You could use that on any battle rap.
I know. That's fire. That's fucking fire.
Arcane? Old wigger walking around thinking of punchlines all day. Pump and lose yourself to the music and his buddy's Sunfire all day. Hat pulled down all low, looking like a fucking umpire all day.
That's really good.
Yeah, that is fire.
Looking like a fucking umpire.
Yeah, he straight roasted him now.
Oh man, this is like very borderline, but very funny.
Yeah, for real.
But enough of the roasting session. I'm gonna keep this shit wrapped. I got some shit that you need to hear, dog. I'm gonna feed you some facts. Your own city wants me to win tonight. There's a reason for that. I average twice the views per battle than you. There's a reason for that. I already know how much you got paid for this. We'll leave it at that. But I got 5 times more, and you're the champ. Dog, there's a reason for that. Bro.
That's crazy. That whole shit is fucking amazing, man.
That's a great angle. And he switched from so funny to so serious.
Yeah, for real. Let's run it back.
I average twice the views per battle than you. There's a reason for that. I already know how much you got paid for this. We'll leave it at that. But I got 5 times more, and you're the champ. Dog, there's a reason for that. Bro, think about it. Think about it, man. Seriously, I'm being dead serious with you. Every big international name, they feed them to Pat. You've been hopping through obstacles for the chain and winning Grand Prix. I've been kicking my feet up relaxed. See, what you lack as a battler, Alex, are natural talents that no one can teach you to have, and that's personality and charisma. And you have neither. You just rap. So spit them punchlines and wordplay schemes you gotta think about. I'll spit that shit you gotta go home, look in the mirror, and think about.
He's said that since, but that is the original.
Yeah, that's the original.
That's the original, and it's fucking fire.
And it could not have been used in a more perfect scenario, man. That's like fucking crazy.
Yeah. Incredible.
And it's like it's like not even like he's like really weaving it any like insane way. It's like so just like laid out, straightforward in your face. Fucking harsh, man.
Obstacles for the chain and winning Grand Prix. I've been kicking my feet up relaxed. See, what you lack as a battler, Alex, are natural talents that no one can teach you to have, and that's personality and charisma. And you have neither. You just rap. So spit them punchlines and wordplay schemes you gotta think about. I'll spit that shit you gotta go home, look in the mirror, and think about. I'll make this easy to figure out. Hold up, I'll make it. Yo, chill. I'll make this easy to figure out. You're old, you have no image, you're not marketable, and you'll always be that hard-working dude that nobody gives a shit about. Fuck a punchline, that shit's real. I can't imagine how that will feel. A happy meal to Ally McBeal, you just don't have the appeal. But he just thinks he's so lyrical. So I figured only for fun, fuck it. I'ma show him how it's supposed to be done.
So that was Arcane's big slogan at the time.
Ready? I'm carnivorous. Carve into him with sharp instruments, artistic with the blade. I stick it so far in, then start twisting so hard I rip out your heart on the tip of it. Godzilla, when I stomp through the streets, car alarms go off and lights start flickering. Darkness hits my arm swinging, I start flipping shit. A starfish swimming with a shark, you aren't fit for this.
This is nuts.
No, wait, Your arch nemesis better choose your words wisely and articulate. I don't care if you popped an oxymoron, don't get smart, idiot.
What a great line to just throw in the middle of that rhyme scheme.
Insane shit. Jesus Christ.
I don't care if you popped an oxymoron, don't try to get smart, idiot. And also, like, I love when Pat gets really Canadian. I mean, maybe it's just close to my heart, but that's like such a fucking Canadian thing to say. Don't try to get smart, idiot. You know?
Yeah, word.
Like
okay.
Super Canadian.
Okay. Okay.
Popped an oxymoron, don't get smart, idiot. It's clear that his head blew up on some Marge Simpson shit, but I'ma flip the script like Hitler at some bar mitzvah shit. I'm Pat Stay. Straight off the block like Tim Duncan. Stone Cold Steve Boston. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Fresh Prince of the Dark Side, and King of the Dark Champs about to be another nickname in the archives. Let's go!
Wow.
That round is so fucking good. Oh my god.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, there's no down parts to that whole round. He had that fucking look in the mirror think about, and that's a fucking like goddamn home run, and then he ended it with that like insane scheme shit.
Yep.
Fuck. What round? Maybe the third.
I don't know. I mean, now I'm wondering.
Maybe it's
now
the
I'm
third.
wondering. Maybe it's just like the way it's aged. Pat's gonna come across 3-0, but let's see.
Yeah.
Round 2 is on okay.
Now that I'm back on top looking down, I see a lot of disloyal snakes in the grass. Some of the same spoiled, lame little brats that tried exploiting Kane in the past. My last opponent shit the bed. He left with a soiled stain in his path. Disaster was never the real king, more like a royal pain in the ass.
He's right there.
Yeah.
He's right there. Great.
That same
Nameless
night
is
you
taking
battled
notes.
math. Well, when it comes to bars, I'm the worst type of critic.
Yo, so I just gotta say, man, like a lot of the things that I feel like Arcane's weak points are not having a good fucking hard, clever punchline to mix with it. All he really does is like sort of multi-stack bars. So it's him especially saying, I got like all that proved that Caustic was a deceitful, treacherous weasel. That's like not saying really much.
No, it's true.
And then also him pointing to Disaster and be like, all that proved was that he was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because sometimes he does end with a hard punch.
Yeah, for real.
And then it's great, and then you appreciate how good all those multis were and how the rhymes come across really smooth, like with the Crooked Moose Bishop shit.
Yeah, word. Yeah, exactly. That shit's fire.
But yeah, but you're right. He just has these parts where he's doing the same thing, but then doesn't end on that big punch.
Yeah,
and it really hurts him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like the like what he's trying to do is basically be like, I'm calling that person out. Like I'm calling what everybody's thinking.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I think
Diz is there. I'm gonna mention him.
Right.
But there's some like you could have said something else. Like I got the chain. I like something like that instead of like you are a pain in the butt.
I mean, I think it's also just like I think he's just rapping. I think part of it in his mind is like, you know, Pat's known for like joking and taking pauses,
and he's trying to rap.
He's just trying to out-rap him.
Word.
Yeah, so I think he's not trying to make everything a crazy punch.
Yeah.
But Pat was punching so heavy in this battle.
Yeah.
That it just it comes across like, you know, just little jabs.
Yeah. That's fair.
I see a lot of disloyal snakes in the grass. Some of the same spoiled, lame little brats that tried exploiting Kane in the past. My last opponent shit the bed. He left with a soiled stain in his path. Disaster was never the real king, more like a royal pain in the ass.
Oh,
okay. That's okay.
I mean, it's a bit of a punch. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm saying, like, it's not. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think he's not trying to make it like a crazy haymaker.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
Same night you battled math. Well, when it comes to bars, I'm the worst type of critic. You said you ain't the wolf because your flow backwards? That's one of the first lines I'd edit. Didn't you say the same exact bars against Shoddy Horror? As if the world might forget it? Fuck, is you stupid? That wasn't even hot the first time you said it.
See, that's good. That's an example of him like being simple, but it's fucking dope.
Yeah,
you know?
effective. It
that wasn't even hot the first time you said it.
That's fire as fuck.
Yo, and he's supposed to be the white knight act is here to save the day. To tell the truth, I ain't never really been amazed with Stay. You must be a vocational level student. I ain't saying he a straight fool, but since you had trouble with math, I guess we gonna have to take him to trade school. Hey, yo, Organic, you know this battle might hit a mill, right? So let's make sure these mics work. For blowing hot air, I'll send him to the HVAC in a white hearse. Fixes plumbing. You can find me with the ratchet when them pipes burst. No electrical technician, but when I'm spitting this shit is light work. You need to work on your construction. You got a couple little nice spurts, but you lack in the foundation principles to build a tight verse. I already signed a general contract of what your life's worth. You better run and get the foreman if I catch him on sight first.
Did he not say pipe burst in that whole thing? Maybe it's coming.
Wait, no.
Maybe he set it up with pipe burst?
I thought he just said pipe burst.
Got a couple little nice spurts, but you lack in the foundation principles to build a tight verse. I already signed a general contract of what your life's worth. You better run and get the foreman if I catch him on sight first.
Catch him on sight first.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah,
that would have been perfect.
Let's go. So this is like putting Larry Bird versus Birdman Chris Anderson. Y'all can consider me one of the gods. I'm part of the new pantheon. I'll shit on any rapper regardless of who's champion. I got the soul of an underdog but the heart of a true champion. I deliver straight punches. See, I focus my craft. Pat, you're like a wrestler. You flex and get loud like someone's holding you back. You throwing haymakers that don't connect, then you go for the trap. Throwing a couple of low blows and the crowd overreacts. Well, yo, I got more second-round knockouts than Iron Mike, and I'm snapping that.
They're saying he did say pipers. It must have been in the beginning of the scheme.
They persecuted me in the press, but I ain't never backing down. You thought those Zab Judah jabs would have me tapping out? It's looking like I may weather the storm and murder the whole pack again.
I'm trying to get the double meaning. The whole pack-y-ow?
Murder the whole pack of y'all.
Oh.
But, yeah. Yeah, it's a stretch.
Yo, so what you looking at right here is grown man bars versus schoolyard jokes. Look at the proof, kid. The truth is that you not dope. In your last few battles, you barely had a few hard quotes, so all y'all judges better be real about who y'all vote. This ain't Patrick's Day. With bars that sloppy, this ain't Patrick's Day. Slow that down, I said with bars that sloppy, it's St. Patrick's Day. Yo!
I love that line.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
That's super dope. It is super dope.
It's like, slow it down. With bars that sloppy, this St. Patrick's Day.
That is tight.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Hell yeah, Kane.
Yeah, let's go.
We had a few hard quotes, so all y'all judges better be real about who y'all vote. This ain't Patrick's Day. With bars that sloppy, this ain't Patrick's Day. Slow that down, I said with bars that sloppy, it's St. Patrick's Day. Yo!
That's fucking amazing. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Yo! Hold on. Hold on. Listen, yo. I said this ain't Patrick's Day. With bars that sloppy, this ain't Patrick's Day. If you slow it down, when the bar's that sloppy, it's St. Patrick's Day. You don't want to see Kane let that ratchet spray, a clutch shooter, and I'm good with the heat from long range like Shane Battier. Yo, so after Pat's done taking his loss, I know the failure will haunt him. All his hopes and his dreams about to be derailed and forgotten. You should have known you can't prevail. I'm a marksman. It's round 2, Pat's through, but I'll be back to put the nail in his coffin. Let's go!
I'm gonna be really curious to see what my breakdown was in the end, because right now I actually have Pat 2-0.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like maybe in the heat of the moment I gave that second round to Arcane off the strength of the St. Patrick's Day bar, because I remember really liking that line. It came close to the end of the round.
Yeah.
Pat was like, I mean, I think his jokes were funny, but was a little weaker than his usual in the beginning of that second round. Although the ending, really the second half was just pure fire.
Yeah, the Django stuff was kind of weak, but the second half was like fucking insane.
Yeah. So,
yo, Arcane has been chewing gum this whole battle. How do you rap and chew gum at the same time?
He chews gum in every battle, all battle. I think it's cool as hell.
That's like the, but I always,
it makes him look like super casual. You're like, whatever, I'm up here chewing gum. Fuck you.
I know a lot of actors like oftentimes will like find to eat stuff because like when you're chewing stuff, it accentuates your jawline.
Yeah.
But man, that always bothers me because I always think the gum is gonna spit out.
Yeah.
Like at any second, I'm like,
Right.
And then Pesci did the famous, like, he was chewing gum, and he's like, and like, spit it
yeah,
out.
I love that.
I forgot what battle that was.
It's him versus Mischief.
Oh, yeah.
I love that battle. I watched it a lot of times.
Me too.
So I remember it's like, and they all got records like the Bengals from Cincy.
Yeah, man. Pesci's run in the Grand Prix is like one of my favorites.
No,
man.
dude,
he beat
it's
fucking
so
Mischief,
good.
Psycho. Paul Rich was really good.
Yeah.
And then I love his battle with Arcane. I
haven't seen that battle in a long time.
Dude, it's so fucking good to this day, man.
Yeah.
So fucking good. I'll put you in a box with pills for the rest of the week, old fuck. Oh, this. Look? I remember I included this because he's talking to Diz.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna fuck you up too.
Right, because Pat's whole thing was he told Organic he would only go for the chain if he could pick who he would battle next, and he wanted to battle Diz for it, which I think is like Pat wanted to battle Diz and then knew that he could like give more meaning to the battle because people were like mad that Arcane had got the win over Diz for the chain. So it was like a good move for Pat to look like he was like restoring order by giving the guy who they thought should be the champ another shot at the chain, which he wouldn't have gotten otherwise because it was so close to when he lost it.
Yeah.
But also Pat just wanted to battle Diz and kind of built this good storyline around it.
Yeah.
But then also made himself kind of the hero in the battle because of course Canadians all wanted to see him keep the chain.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very shrewd move on Pat's part, I thought.
I'm gonna fuck you up too. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'll show you what's up.
You should probably do it. Did you hear all like? I left that in for you guys, man. Him and Diz
right,
talking, and
run
he's
it
like,
back.
we should probably do it in Cali. Listen,
I'll show you what's up. We should probably do it in Cali.
Oh, but they didn't. They did it right here.
Can't beat me. I'm gonna fuck him up. You know that.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
That's all I'm saying.
Yo, cheers, man.
Look at that sportsmanship.
Are y'all ready?
Makes me feel patriotic.
Give it up. All right? Y'all listening? I appreciate the love. Your crew's a bunch of suckers. Want to be tough boys, a gang of old Catholic priests. Bunch of fuck boys.
I love that line. So good.
Plus, how he's delivering it too is so fucking
Bunch of
awesome.
fuck boys. And what I love about it too is it's kind of a callback to an earlier line that I also love that he did against Bartone. And he said something like, "I'm not scared of no motherfuckers. Your crew's like Halloween in the ghetto. Just a bunch of suckers." So when he does the setup, your crew's a bunch of suckers. It's like a callback. To that earlier
That's tight as fuck. Hell yeah.
So good.
Are y'all ready though? Give it up. All right? Y'all listening? I appreciate the love. Your crew's a bunch of suckers. Want to be tough boys, a gang of old Catholic priests. Bunch of fuck boys. Like if I smacked you, what could your friends say? If I smacked him, what could his friends say? The pussy, period. They overreact or get an attitude, I'll set his men straight.
Set his men straight.
So I want to
That's
point
great.
out something that happened
That's good,
right
yeah.
here. It's and I noticed it when I was editing. So he's like, if I smacked him, what would his friend say? And that's his manager.
Yeah.
And he goes, try it. But he like says it on the side. Try it. And then Pat kind of gets pissed. He's like, don't fucking talk.
Yeah.
Bunch of fuck
And then
boys.
also remember that because Pat says something to him at the end of the battle.
Oh, wow.
That references
Okay.
that after the battle gets done.
Like if I smacked you, what could your friends say? If I smacked him, what could his friends say? The pussy, period. They overreact or get an attitude, I'll set his men straight. Don't fucking talk to my shit. straight up. I'm a tank in this bitch. Only thing lanky's my dick. Sometimes I get it tangled around my ankle and trip. Only time he'd be strapped with a magnum is if he was banging a chick, but even that's far-fetched, because Lord knows it'd be baggy as shit. But he loves talking about guns, hey. We know he'd just be fronting. Because no dudes co-sign that shit like breast reductions.
That's amazing. Look.
I'll co-sign that if a
Right.
girl's back is being, if
Right.
a woman, excuse me, back is
Right.
being impaired by her
Yes.
large chest, I would co-sign that very
and
much.
Look, I'm not paying for it. I'm just co-signing on the love.
Yeah,
You know
word.
what I mean?
Yeah. Go for it. Get out there. Get it.
Wait. Straight up, son. Hey, wait. Never shot a gun in his life. That's why I hate these battle rappers. But since you're a nerd, I'll use basic mathematics to break you down to a fraction. Check it out. Your trigonometry isn't cosine. Triangles that have some shape. You're obtuse. If you just use the right angles, you'll be straight. Now, I know this geometry rap's probably whack and I sound like a huge lame, bro, but come on, you gotta admit, to a certain degree, it's a cute angle.
What I love about that is, like, it is pretty corny, but then he gets away with it because he's like, yeah, I know it's pretty corny.
Yeah, but it's a cute angle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
word.
on.
Yeah, he sold it really
Come
good.
on.
At first, when he was doing it, I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did sell it well.
It's a cute angle.
Why is Lush holding up his bandana?
Wait, what?
What the fuck, Lush? Look what I brought. Look at this. God, Lush is the best, man.
Incredible. Someone says they're from Ethiopia.
Oh yeah,
Shout
shout out Dagum.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Acting like he's about to grab a knife and slice my throat. Oh, stop it, Alexander. You're the nicest guy I know. But when I say that shit is believable, that's what the difference is. Because I'll fire this can and smoke this bitch in the face like disaster throwing a hissy fit. But wait, I'm going to get real on him, for real. But understand, I was Pat Stay before I was Pat Stay. That's why I'm so respected. It's more than a rap name. I could go on and on about old war stories, but that's lame, because when you've actually lived that life, you don't glorify that phase. But I'll tell you right now, boy, if you was around, you wouldn't even last a sec. I done tied up suckers like you and beat them half to death. Wrap my hands around your neck till you make Scott Jackson sound effects and slam you just for impersonating a life you think's cool that stole half my friends.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man.
I'm gonna run that back. I said, wrap my hands around your neck till you make Scott Jackson sound effects and slam you just for impersonating a life you think's cool that stole half my friends. So quit lying about that life, because I really mean that shit. Quit rapping about someone getting shot, because I really seen that shit. Close range, my man caught a bullet, he had to eat that shit. Then dig it out himself with a knife, he really bleeds that shit. That's why I don't condone that life and I don't act like my steel be clapping. But that chokeslam shit, dog, that could really happen. Yeah.
That's so
Pat
good.
is like, Pat's really good at using his size to an advantage, like not too much, but just in the right way. And it's like, yeah, he could choke slam Arcane,
Yeah.
like he could, you know.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, and he just like he doesn't overplay it. He just puts it in those perfect moments to remind you, like, hey, I'm 6'6" and big as shit.
Yeah, that's on point, man.
Yeah.
Man, he did that so fucking well, dude.
Yeah.
Bitch! What you know about living in the hood? Wanna fuck around with me? Man, I wish a wigger would. And to speak to y'all, yeah, I used to hit that Pepsi can. But God,
I love that. Oh, I love
yeah,
that.
I used to hit that Pepsi can, but God gave me a second chance. God gave me a second chance. And my fucked up life experiences are what made me become a better man. If you were from where I'm from, you would understand. And I swear I would never touch them drugs again. But I guess tonight my old life seemed to come in hand because I just cocaine and smoked them, and now I'm the fucking champ. Let's go!
Oh man!
Damn, definitely had the crowd on the side,
He did
man.
for sure. He did for sure. But I think that that round, maybe this was the round I ended up giving.
I could see that.
That round was not
Kind
as
of light,
strong as his first
lighter
two.
than his other two for
Mhm.
sure. But yeah, he definitely
Big
ended,
ending though. Big
ended
ending,
on the
yeah.
high note that everybody wants and that will
Yeah.
leave you, you know, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, I could see that.
Yo, listen up. Pat was just talking some real shit. So rest in peace to your dead homies. And rest in peace to my homies that died over the years. Whether it was murders or suicides, I ain't one to cry over spilt beers. That's why your size don't intimidate me, Pat. I'm just trying to make this real clear. I've been through bigger disasters than Bashir in my life, and I'm still here.
Man, that was great. And as a rebuttal,
Yo.
That was dope as fuck.
And look at the size of this motherfucker. Yo, Pat, you tall enough to be playing ball. You should have been wearing them hoops out. Instead, homeboy got his ears pierced. He said, fuck it, I'm wearing my hoops out.
Yes.
Really good. Really
yes,
good.
dog.
Yeah.
Yo, now this gorilla growing so much hair on his shoulders, I bet his knuckles drag. I thought your boy Hollow Hand had the juice. Looks like you stole it from his duffel bag. Yo, I gotta say, poking all that diesel in your veins, you probably lactate gas. But when it comes to bars, I'm way above Pat Stay's class. You can't handle heavy bars. That's why you brought Hollow Hand here to spot you. He be squatting over top of Pat's face like, come on, brother, I got you.
Yes.
That's good.
And so far, he's killing this round.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He might win this round.
Yo. And you think that shit's fresh? I don't know if you really qualified, dude. This meathead reminds me of a genetically modified fruit. See, you might be bigger on the outside, but you ain't packing no juice. So how's this fruit pumped full of steroids, but on the label, organic produce? I said this meathead remind me of a genetically modified fruit. He might be bigger on the outside, but you ain't packing no juice. So how's this fruit pumped full of steroids, but on the label, organic produce? See, you sit on the shelf all year. So the Jolly Green Giant should have the sharpest lines. Compare apples to oranges, your opponents all hand-picked like market signs. So start with trying to cultivate some smarter rhymes. How you supposed to be top-seeded when I'm the one that plowed through the field like it's harvest time?
That was a really good scheme. That was a great scheme, actually. Oh, I see. I see.
Yo, all y'all booing, man, that's why you remind me of the Canadian version of Diz. Organic put you in a major position. This company gave you a huge boost. Just look at the names he was given. And now you're just trying to use your popularity to sway the decision or make a commission off politics and favoritism? Well, if that's the case, I just want to say shout out to Organic and all the promotion he's done. Putting me and Patrick in this final matchup, that's an appropriate one. So now I'm just putting the finishing touches on him like an upholstery gun, because world domination wouldn't be complete if I didn't show him how it's Check this out. Check this out. They say, yo, check it. Check it.
We're checking
it.
Yeah.
They say heavy is the head that wears the crown. With each chain, a gift and a curse was given. Now I can't escape these bars, it's like I was meant to work in prison. Battling for stacks, got me seeing green, I went to thermal vision, but now my worst addiction is back, and I sense a murder victim. Clap! After the first incision, I left him in a worse condition, so if I pop off, it'll take his top off like a circumcision. I'll have him in that, I'll have him sprawled out in that curve.
More dick bars. Let's go.
Position, permagrin until he's squirting twitch, and I'm shutting down his fucking central nervous system. Yo, my circuit's glitching. My mind frame is disturbed and twisted. So try Kane, the consequences worse than getting burnt for piff in a Turkish prison. I'll serve him with the migraine that slice cranial surfaces with word precision like titanium broadswords piercing them. My bar's more furious, a hardcore lyricist. So fuck Norbs and whoever said I ain't take the art form serious. You reppin' dark side, yo, you rep the dark side. All right, let's go, let's go. That's right. That's right. I said fuck Norbs and whoever said I ain't take the art form serious. You reppin' dark side. Pat, you play with Star Wars characters. You from Dartmouth. I put holes in them like dartboards, period. So yo, now you watching your chance for winning this chain gradually dissolve. But you never really had a chance, cause see my strategies evolved. I told the battle scene that casualties would fall. So I'ma leave his wig perm like Big Worm, there's principalities involved. Yo, so yo, playing with my money's like playing with my emotions. And Pat's an emo bitch. Thought you could take Arcane's chain on some Debo shit? I'd say stay sucker free, but that slogan's getting washed the fuck out. I'd rather do him like Craig did Debo and tell him you just got knocked the fuck out. Mama gave me that chain.
I mean, it's a strong ending.
Mama gave me that chain. Let's go.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I still give Pat the 3-0. Because Arcane had a bit of a stumble there, and then also he did this weird thing where when he did the show him how it's supposed to be done, I felt like he was trying to do one of Pat Styles a little bit, which was like, because before when he would do the how it's supposed to be done, he'd do like a big scheme usually.
Yeah.
But that time he was just doing multis.
Yeah.
So I think it was like trying to do how Pat does sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think that actually really took away from his verse. I think he should have stuck with just trying to do like bars and like put a couple more schemes in there or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
But he sort of like went with something that he's not bad at, but it's not like the most impactful thing that he does.
Yeah.
And to do it in the third round of a title match, I think like
it's risky for sure, because you know that's like one of his marquee things he does is like show him how it's supposed to be done. He usually kills it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
knocks
exactly.
it out of the park, and everybody's like, oh fuck, he's murdering this shit. I will say what I do really like that Arcane implemented in his new style, and he stopped doing after his battle with Bender, was the true story shit. I'm really glad he moved away from that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because I remember that, and it's honestly not probably his fault. It's like something that he probably did, and it was really effective once.
Yeah.
And I know battlers get pigeonholed into something like that. They're like, but you do that all the time.
Right.
That's why I want to watch
thing,
you,
man.
Yeah, do a Showtime, do a fucking Strapped In. You have to do
yeah.
it. You have to. You know you do.
Right.
And it's like, fuck, I really, and it's like the pressure, I'm sure, is crazy, because it's like I have to do that thing that it's like maybe I just wrote and I thought it was dope one time. I have to like outright that every time and make it better and better every time. That's probably what he felt with that. Like that showed how it's supposed to be done. He was probably like, fuck, you know, and the shit was good there. Another thing that I kind of have to say about Arcane is that the yo's kind of got a little hurtful in the
interesting,
because it was like breaking it up too much.
Right,
you know?
right.
It was like every time he did that, to me, it felt like a long pause, you know?
Yeah, and especially against Pat takes such like comfortable pauses.
Yeah.
Where it seems like maybe it even isn't all the time, but if not, he's good at playing it off as an intentional pause. You know, it's just like, oh, I'm just posing.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like saying something to Diz, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So against Pat, like it just highlights that even more. You know?
Yeah. I'd give it 3-0. I mean, that last round I could make an argument for Arcane. He knocked it out of the park with the ending.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of Pat's weaker rounds, but I definitely think Pat took this pretty comfortably, and he said some of his best shit to Arcane.
Yeah.
Well, not his best shit, but I think that's some of the best shit I've heard anybody say to Arcane.
To Arcane for sure, and it was like a great moment for Pat to battle Arcane and come with the approach that he did.
Yeah,
because he could just like talk to him.
Yeah,
to use the vernacular.
Yeah,
and it worked great, and that's a great angle for Pat, because the thing with Pat is like he. I mean, I think he's really just in his pocket now.
Yeah.
But some places where he's like, and I don't think he's ever had like a bad battle, but some places where he's had like an A- instead of an A+ battle is when like he doesn't, like he has his jokes and then he has his bars, but then he doesn't quite know like what else to add into the mix because there's no like really good angle to take on the guy.
Yeah.
But this one he had such a clear angle and just like made the absolute most use possible of it.
Yeah. Yep. That's highly true.
Yeah.
Arcane versus Pat Stay, title match, World Dom 4. Arcane lost the title to Pat Stay, and Pat Stay ended up going on to defend the title more times than anybody has.
Yeah. So he defended against Diz.
Yeah,
he defended against Daylight. Was that right after?
Yep.
He defended against who else?
Shit. I think there's
there
one
was
other
definitely
person.
one more.
It wasn't fuck. Diz, Daylight.
Who else did he battle for the chain?
Fuck. Let's see.
Because Ilmac is when he lost it.
Yeah, he lost it to Ilmac. Shit, I don't know. But I know he defended it like...
one more for sure.
Yeah.
Who was the other battle? I'm sure I probably judged it too. Who the hell was it against?
Maybe it was just
Sharon.
Oh,
of course.
Sharon. Yeah. Blackout 5. Yeah.
I didn't actually judge it, which is great.
Yeah.
Because that was a hard one to judge.
Shout out Pat for doing that, man. That's like definitely something to be said. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you were a title holder, you know the pressure that comes along with that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, yeah, and there's a big underdog effect in title matches more so than in any other kind of battle. And I think that it speaks to like how fucking good Pat is, and also how incredible he is at crowd control.
Yeah.
That he and also like tailoring his material to fit the situation so perfectly.
Yeah.
That it always felt like whoever was facing Pat had an uphill battle, when in almost any other situation, the challenger actually has a big advantage over the champion, because people just want to see a new champion.
Yeah.
But I think Pat had it for like well over a year.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2 years.
Yeah, he had it for a minute, and he faced like some of the toughest competition. You know, of course, every title match there's tough competition, but you know, Diz, Daylight, Sharon is a big one too, because I know that Sharon was the people's champ for a while, and that was the two. Sharon made
that was the match people wanted to see.
Yeah, there was a heavy campaign for the two, and winning that was like even more crazy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, dope battle. Shout out Kid Twist. Go see Bodied. Amazing fucking movie. Support the culture.
Yep. On YouTube, November 28th.
Hell
and
yeah.
in select theaters right now, check bodymovie.com for showtimes.
All right, guys. Signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Going to be in London. Hopefully doing live watches for the next couple days. So tune in whenever you can. Hopefully I'll have the London Has Who's and battlers and battle rap personalities on watch, and there might be a chance that I can't do them live because I don't know how dependable the internet is out there. So if they're not live, I'll be uploading them and premiering them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Watch this little video and have a good night.
Trust none of these bitches, nigga, all facts. We really running up them digits, nigga, all facts. Turned the brick to a business, nigga, all facts. All facts, all facts. If I said it, bitch, I did it, nigga, all facts. All facts, all facts. If I said it, bitch, I did it, nigga, all facts. I counted up 100, that was all facts. Me and Billy bankroll, seen it all stacked. I fucked your dream girl and never called back. Ain't scared of jail, send me where my dog's at. I got a hard pass, I might fuck your bitch tonight. With a glass of that Diddy, ho, we sippin' white. Bitches love a nigga with some gold.
cemetery.